down there. Sorry about all the shakiness. It's gonna stop here in a little bit. I am uh I am currently walking in Ontario, California. I'm walking to the Kimberly Clark Distribution Center warehouse. It has 1.2 million square foot uh, space of toilet paper. That's right. That's what they do. They manufacture toilet paper, and a very disturbed employee not making a minimum wage set fire to this warehouse. We are on our way. We are walking to the location. Police have it roped off everywhere. So I'm having to get out and walk. Excuse me for being out of breath. I'm trying to get there so I can show you guys. It is actually actively still on fire, and this happened yesterday, April 7th, 2026. How's everybody doing? Thanks for being here. If you can, please share the live. Let's make this go viral. Let's show the elites, the corporate giants, what's going to be happening more. Without a living wage, a man has nothing to lose. Am I right? Absolutely nothing to lose. Thanks for being here. We're streaming right now on TikTok, YouTube, X, and Facebook. So thanks everyone for being here. Yeah, I see you on YouTube. How you doing? Woo! We are, those of you that just came in, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite. Now we are walking to the actual warehouse, the Kimberly Clark Distribution Center warehouse in Ontario, California. Boy, it is hot. Feels like it's already 90 degrees. It also could be because I'm walking. So stay tuned. We're going to be there. It's about 2 blocks away. And we're on our way. Let's rock and roll. Woo! Thanks for being here. If you can, please share the live. Let's get this viral. It's hard to breathe right now. There's smoke everywhere because of this fire. Everywhere, everywhere. Let's get it. Let's show these elites, these rich folk, these corporate giants, what's going to happen more and more. I've been saying this for about 6 months. This is what happens when you don't pay your employees a living wage. And I don't agree with it. I would never do something like this. I don't advocate at all for destruction of private property. It's not cool. But unfortunately, this is what happens. When a man or a woman has nothing to lose, this is exactly what happens. Everything goes up in smoke. So let's play it. Let's pay our employees some more money, huh? Let's pay them an actual living wage. Let's get truck drivers the money that they already earned. Shall we? What do y'all think? Thanks so much for being here again. Sean, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. We're about a block away. Yeah, we're about a block away. We're almost there. So thanks for sticking with me. Yeah, D, welcome in. Welcome in. If you can, please share the live. Let's show everybody what this warehouse looks like. It is still currently burning. So I'm about to show you guys what happened yesterday. So April 7th at the Kimberly Clark Distribution Warehouse in Ontario, California, an employee, a man, making not even a living wage, which, let's be honest, nothing is a living wage today, is it? It's not enough. Yeah, I'm going to share too. Send. Let's send the crap out of it. Let's go. We are almost there, guys. Let's do it. Let's get it. We are streaming live on YouTube, X, Facebook, and we're here on Instagram. So thanks everybody for being here. We are almost there. We're about a block away. It feels like it's about 80 degrees, so bear with me, please. Thanks for sharing the live. Here we go. Oh, we got some people in on YouTube, Facebook, and X. How's everybody doing? Again, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite. Now, I am a commercial American truck driver. Yesterday, April 7th, 2026, a disruptive man employee at the Kimberly Clark warehouse set fire. That's right, he set fire to the warehouse, burning the entire warehouse. The warehouse is still on fire. It is still on fire. So I am taking you there to show we will not be bouncing here in about a block. I apologize for the bounce. So there we go, guys. I'm going to give you it's a block away. I don't know if you can see the smoke, but there it is. Do you see in the distance there all the smoke coming from the factory? It's insane. I'll give you a 360 pan. There is smoke everywhere. It's really hard to breathe. It's a little hard to see. Sorry about the movement of the camera. I'm walking and we will be still here in a minute. Dexty, welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for sharing the live, guys. You guys are awesome. We're about to see the burning warehouse, the Kimberly Clark warehouse in Ontario, California. That's right. An employee said, you know what? I am sick and tired of not having a living wage. I am sick and tired of working my butt off 90 hours a week, paycheck to paycheck. I am sick of being a slave. And he said, you know what? Go look at the viral video. He said, you know what? At least I can afford this lighter. And he set the place on fire. It was a toilet paper factory or warehouse distribution center. So there is going to be a shortage on toilet paper very soon. So thanks everybody for being here. If you can, please share the live. We are 1 block away from the fire. It is still actively burning. So we've been saying it. Truck drivers have been saying it, man, for years. American commercial truck drivers have been saying this to everybody, like, you gotta pay a living wage. You know, if a man or woman has nothing to lose, crazy things like this are going to continuously happen. Now, I don't advocate for that. I don't want that. But that is the truth of it, okay? That is the truth. For those of you that are just joining, my name is Vince. I am with Truckers Unite now. When you get a second, go check out Trucking the USA Today on Facebook. Also, we're a part of WeTheTruckers.com. And there are a lot of advocates on there. A lot of cool stuff to do. There's the warehouse right there, guys. We're almost there. Thanks for being patient. You guys are going to see it live. So I have a buddy that works down here, and they do a lot of work. They have a contract with this place. A lot of their trailers caught fire and were burned up too. So it's disrupting everybody. And it's not good, guys. We got to pay a living wage to our people. The people that work for your company, they're important. They matter. They're special. They're running your company. Yeah, I get it. You took all the risk and you went and started a business. That's awesome. That's why you make more than they do. But we still got to pay a living wage, guys. You know, I hope some elite are watching right now. I hope some politicians are watching. If you guys can, please tag Sean Duffy, tag Freight Waves, tag, tag Kimberly Clark Distribution Center if you can. I'd really appreciate it. Welcome in, Mike. Past time for a change. There's another great advocate. We're almost there, guys. We're about a half a block away. This is wild. Wait till you see this. It's actively still burning, literally. So thanks everybody for being here on YouTube, Facebook, X, TikTok, of course. We're almost there. You guys are going to see what happens, the result of not paying a living wage. You know, it's not that hard. You know, if you're a business owner, maybe you don't need that 4th Lamborghini. Maybe you don't need that 6th boat in Miami. Maybe your employee needs to, make their monthly car payment. You know, this would have never happened if this man was able to support his family and he had a living wage. I'm sorry, like it or not. That's the opinion of Vinny Mataguchi here, coming at you live in Ontario, California. Sorry for the bouncing. I know it's probably really annoying to watch. We are going to be stationary here. It's literally a half a block away, guys. Here we go. See that? See that pillar? There's a news chopper. You can see in the air all the smoke. Can you guys see it? Again, look at, mira, look at this. It's insane. I'm probably gonna have to clean the glass here in a minute, right? Hey, Wild Child, how's it going, brother? You're about to see the Kimberly Clark warehouse on fire. Yeah, I said it. That's right. That's right. We're about to see it. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for sharing the live, liking the screen. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Here we go. Right around the corner. We're about 40 seconds out. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Here we go. Here we go. Let me get my captions on YouTube. Hang on, guys. Yep, here we go. Yep, there's a news chopper in the air. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. Yeah, Wild Child. So what happened was I'm in Ontario, California, and at the Kimberly Clark Distribution Center, it's a disrupted employee caught fire, all the toilet paper inside. He was sick and tired of not getting a living wage. If you guys go and look, you'll see the viral video. It's all over the internet. He is in custody. Holy shit. Look at this, guys. All right, we're going to go down here. This is exclusive footage, guys. There are no news reporters down here. You guys are getting something special here. Nobody is getting this footage. Look at it. No news reporters have thought of coming down this bike trail. Woo! I am the only one. You guys are getting this exclusive. Look at it. Can you guys see it or no? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Holy smokes-a-rooney. All right, we're going to get close, guys. And then, can you guys see that or no? I hope you guys can see that. The building is charred. The building is black on the sides. There's still smoke coming up. This is insane. There's police roping off each block. And we're getting closer. This is really close. Nobody has this. I hope Fox or CNN steals my footage right now. Fox, if you're watching, go ahead and tap in, baby. I don't care. I don't believe in gatekeeping. I can't stand gatekeeping. Man, if you can help somebody else's life out, if you can help somebody else succeed, just do it. You know, there is enough to go around. Well, there's not enough loads to go around. Keep those to the 2 million Americans, damn it. But y'all know what I'm saying. Woo! I am sweating like a pig. Oh boy. Man, thanks for all those hearts, guys. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Here we go, guys. We're getting closer. Holy shit. Look at this. Look at this. I'm just going to stop for a minute. Look at this, you guys. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Did you guys see that? I'll zoom in. We're going to get a little closer and then I'm going to zoom in for you guys, okay? On YouTube, Facebook, and X, I don't think I can zoom in on Restream. Sorry. Only TikTok has that feature. Let's see. Pastime for Change says people need to download the Tapper. That's right. Yes, the Tapper. Oh my gosh. Thank you for all the likes, you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for sharing the live. Look at this. Holy shit. Look at it. Do you guys see it? Do you see the charred? Look at the charred building right there. Those docks, they're completely burned, you guys. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. I hope nobody was hurt. So this is exactly a direct result of not paying a living wage. That man, you know what he said in his video? Okay, so Mr. Ani, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now. I am here in Ontario, California. I am at the Kimberly Clark Warehouse Distribution Center. They hold and distribute toilet paper for the LA County greater area, Orange County and LA County greater area. What happened was an employee yesterday, he was sick and tired of not getting a good rate, a living wage, and he set fire to the building, as you can see behind me. Hold on, guys. We're gonna get this on a stand, and then I'm gonna be still, okay? So sorry about all the shakiness. It's about to stop. Just give me a sec here. Dude, no reporter has thought to come out here like me. This is cool. Maybe I need to do this as a part-time job, huh? What do y'all think? Look at that! Holy smoke-a-roonies, you guys! Look at it! Look at it! Can you guys see it? Completely charred! Dude! I'm just saying, I'm just saying, pay a man a living wage. This is not okay. I don't advocate for this at all. But when a man has nothing to lose, you know, a lot of people on his video said, oh, hey, they actually pay good there. What's good? $25? 28? 30? Is that good? That's not good, you guys. That is not a good living wage. All right, $70, $80 an hour. That's a good wage. Okay, then you can have a house and a family and good food to eat, healthy food to eat. Look at this. Absolutely insane. All you got to do, and how much money do they make? I wonder how much do their shareholders make? But you can't pay the man that caught that building on fire. Obviously, I don't agree with that. Not cool. But you couldn't have paid him an extra 50 grand a year? Would 50 grand have hurt the shareholders? Would it? Would it? Would it have hurt the shareholders to pay that man a living wage? Just a little more, just a bone. Can't you throw him a damn bone so a man doesn't have to go crazy? What do you think? Yeah, pastime for a change is right, especially in California. You guys want to see more? Do you want me to go down more or zoom in for you guys? I can zoom in for you guys if you want. Up to you. Up to you. Up to you. Let's see. Dirty Monkey. Money says trades should have wages like that, not everyday jobs. It would skyrocket at the cost of living. Well, you know, I don't have all the answers, but I know there's a few families, these global elites, you know, these corporate giants, they're making all the money, they're giving it to shareholders, you know, and we're not getting anything. It's just look at truck parking. Now we got to pay for truck parking. There's an extra 3-4 grand out of your pocket, driver. So when is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? It's ridiculous. We need a living wage. We need the American dream. What are we doing, folks? Look at this. This is insane. Okay, we're going to go over here where it's smoking. It's literally still smoking over here, guys. It is actively on fire. So, for those of you just joining in, hang on. For those of you just joining in, and by the way, thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the likes, the shares. I really appreciate it, you guys. We are trucking advocates here at Truckers United Now. Thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate you. We are trucking advocates. We are commercial American truck drivers. We go around the country talking to drivers and just seeing what the good, the bad, the ugly, the truth, real transparency is. We were at the Mid-American Truck Show 2026. Now, I just happen to be delivering down here. I was delivering in Rancho Cucamonga, and I heard about this on the news. I saw the viral video of the man catching this place on fire. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to come down here and show the people because a lot of what we see on TV isn't even real. But for me, hey, I'm real. You got a lot of you know me. So I wanted to come here and give you guys the scoop, the dirty, the real. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe in. Look, there's the cops. I don't know if you can see right there. The cops they're probably going to kick me out of here. I bet you they don't want people down here. I do see an officer walking down here. Look at this. I'm going to give you guys exclusive footage. Holy smokes, dude. Holy smokes. Do you see that? Do you see that still on fire? Hold on. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. Flip camera. Look at, wait. Look at, look right there. Look right there. Holy moly. That's right. I like that saying, dirty money. If you're on public property, there's nothing they can do. You have freedom of press. I love it, brother. Thank you. So check this out, guys. So yeah, this whole warehouse, look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, let me turn around the camera for you guys on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Give me a sec, guys, here, okay? Excuse me while I do this real quick. Video settings. video. Let's turn the back camera. Bam, here we go. No, I screwed that up. Hold on, guys. I apologize. Give me a sec. I'm trying to figure out my camera on YouTube. Video settings. Video. We're just gonna do front camera. I'm sorry, guys. On Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Still on fire. Still smoking. Wow. Absolutely insane. Flip the camera. So there we have it, guys. I am for those of you just coming in, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now. I am in Ontario, California. Again, I'm in Ontario, California. And behind me is the Kimberly Clark Distribution Center. The Kimberly Clark Distribution Center. A man, an employee making, 20 something bucks an hour, got really upset. He's tired of not having a living wage. He's tired of not being able to support his family. And he caught this place on fire. That's right. That's what he did. Here, let's talk for a minute, shall we? Oh, sorry, guys. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. That's the result of not paying employees enough money to survive. Okay? I've been saying it for 6 months. Can we just pay our American people instead of giving money to other countries? Can we just pay our people a good living wage so everyone can have the American dream, especially Americans? Is that okay with everybody? Is it? So we don't have to have stuff like this happen. Now this is going to disrupt the flow of toilet paper, right? Now there's going to be a shortage. Thank you, JJ, for the roses. Look at this, guys. Let's pay a living wage so a man doesn't have to lose everything. So he is in custody, obviously. He is now incarcerated. And what's that going to do for his family, right? But you bring a man to a breaking point. This is the result. And you know what? I've been saying it for 6 months. This is going to start happening more and more. I say it all the time on my lives. What do I say? Why do the corporate giants, why do the elites, the global elites, why do they need a third Ferrari for their 16-year-old daughter or son? They don't. Your kids need to be able to have a car to get to work, right? You need to be able to make your monthly payments for your car, your rent, your apartment, whatever. This didn't have to happen. If people weren't greedy, if there weren't all these shareholders and these rich giants that are just absorbing everything, this wouldn't happen. Thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. We're going to walk down in a minute. Joker Trucker says, hi, American Dream is now staying out of prison. Yeah, no kidding. That is his dream now. Yep. Well, dude, temporary insanity, bro. Like, I get it, man. I'm stressed too. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I budget well. I don't gamble. I don't smoke, drink. I don't blow my money. I we budget very well, but we're barely making ends meet. Electricity keeps going up. Insurance keep going. Everything going up. We have all this money to spend overseas. Enough is enough. We're tired of it. That's how we were formed. That's how uh trucking Trucking the USA Today was formed. That's how Truckers Unite Now was formed. That's how Pastime for a Change was formed. FOPT, McCollin LLC. That's how, AFTRA and just all these different organizations were formed because we're sick and tired of it. Some of us, on top of working 90 hours a week, JJ, right? Some of us are so sick and tired that on top of working 90 hours a week, we're finding the energy and the courage to speak out, to have the courage to get on here and tell you fine folks what's going on. My name is Vince. I'm in Ontario, California right now. Behind me is the Kimberly Clark Distribution Warehouse. This is a 1.2 million square foot distribution center for toilet paper. That's right, toilet paper. And as you can see, it's going up in smoke. All right, here, we're going to move for a second. I'm going to show you guys. It's still actively on fire. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. It's insane. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to breathe. Look at that. Look at these residents behind me. Look at, they got their masks on. I don't blame them. They're smart. You know, I don't have a mask, or I would be wearing a mask. It's hard to breathe. I'm doing this for all you guys, all you beautiful people, okay, to show you guys. My hope is that a global giant, some rich person is watching this right now, because I have been warning about this for 6 months. Okay, so you got a $70,000 chessboard. Good for you. You know, little Timmy didn't get a Christmas present, so you could have your little fancy chessboard. You know, can't you just go get a $200 nice chessboard made out of oak? Or do you have to have, you know, solid gold pieces of a chessboard? Come on, man. Look at that. It's still on fire. Stranger danger. I'm telling you, not cool. Wow. Oh, you can walk on that side. Look at, there's this dude walking over there, you guys. Wow, look at that. Oh, there's a hose. Hold on, guys. I'll zoom in for you. Hold on. I'll zoom in for you. Mira. Here we go. Wow, dude, this is crazy. Here we go. We're gonna zoom in for you fine folks. Do do do. You guys see the hose? Or I mean the water? Wait. Oh, I think it's there it is. You see the hose right there, guys? Crazy, right? Let's see. Bam Trucker 35 says we need to get the truckers just to shut down the interstate and come together. Well, I don't know if shutting down is the answer, but we could just not go to work tomorrow. We have that right. Once we book a load, we're bound to finish that load. It could be really, really bad for you. I don't think we want to do that. But you know, we could not have to go to work, right? Look at this, guys. I'm gonna just zoom slowly. Look at this. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Look at this. So this is a direct result of what happens when you do not pay your employees. You want it all? Well, how much is this going to cost you? How much is the insurance going to cost? Well, then the insurance is going to go to we the people, right? It goes on and on and on and on and on. Enough is enough. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Absolutely crazy. Look at, I don't know if you guys can see it in the sky. I'm going to zoom out. Can you see in the sky all the smoke? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. Say, let me flip this around for you guys on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Sorry, TikTok. I'm gonna have to flip it back around here for everybody on YouTube. I'm gonna give you guys a quick pan, and then we'll talk some more. Look at the mountains. You can't even see the mountains. Well, you normally can't see the mountains in Los Angeles anyway, so there's nothing new there. I grew up here, guys. I grew up 3 cities away from this, so this is my hometown, actually. Absolutely crazy. So those of you that are just coming in, my name is Vince from Truckers Unite Now. And behind me is the Kimberly Clark warehouse. And the Kimberly Clark warehouse distribution center is 1.2 square feet, 1.2 million square feet. And they house toilet paper primarily. And a disrupted employee yesterday, YouTube, Facebook, and X, an employee set fire to this. You can go see the video online. Actually, if somebody can go over there and tag me in that, that would be really great. I'd appreciate that if you could do that for me. And he did get caught, and he is in jail now. He did get caught, but this is the result. He did it because he's sick and tired of not being paid a living wage. So he had a lighter, right, in his video, and you can go find this on social media. He had the lighter, and he said, well, you guys don't want to pay a living wage. He goes, well, at least I can afford this lighter. This lighter is pretty cheap. And he literally starts going pallet to pallet to pallet to pallet to pallet, and he's setting them all on fire. That's what this man did. You know, I'm assuming, I don't know for sure. This is speculation and my opinion only, but I'm assuming he has a family and that's why he did this. Or maybe he's a 21-year-old that's just sick and tired of not being able to, like, where's the dream for him? Where's the dream for a 21-year-old? Where is it? It doesn't exist. Can a 21-year-old go out there and buy a truck and start a business? No. What are we doing? All these shareholders, BlackRock, Vanguard, like a few have it all, and the rest of us have nothing, and we're just working slaves. That's what we're doing. We just keep doing it every day, day in and day out. Now, hell, I should be at work right now. I'm sick and tired of it. No matter how hard I work, I can't make ends meet. So you know what? I've started to slow down a little and enjoy my life just a tiny bit by going to MATTS 2026, meeting people, just trying to figure it out, like a lot of people. This poor schmuck now is in prison. What's this going to cost him? 5 years of his life, 10 years of his life. All he wanted was a living wage. I feel for him. I do. You guys, obviously, everybody can have their own opinion. That's fine. But man, I'm glad nobody was hurt. From what I understand, nobody was hurt. So that's good. That's great. Again, those of you that are joining now, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now. We are trucking advocates that travel all over the lower 48 states. We talk to truck drivers about the good, the bad, the ugly, raw data, real transparency of what's going on in the trucking industry. No bullshit from fancy magazines and CNN and Fox and all them. No propaganda. That's my opinion only. And this is for entertainment purposes only. But behind me is the Kimberly-Clark Distribution Center. As you can see, this is the Kimberly-Clark Distribution Center. And an employee here yesterday caught fire he went pallet to pallet to pallet and caught them all on fire. And this is a result. This happened yesterday. It's still on fire. Absolutely insane. The police have it blocked off. There's a cop over there. There's a cop over here. I'm on the aqueduct. As you can see, we got the aqueduct right down here. Here, I'll give you a little look-see. There we go. See, we got the aqueduct right there. And let's go for a walk. And so anyways, yeah, this place is on fire. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Check this out, you guys. Okay, I got to zoom in for you guys on this. Hang on. Hang on one. Can't wait this. Let me zoom for you guys. Flip camera. Let me see if I can get in the chain link fence and show you guys. Nope. It's gonna have to be up here. Look at that. Can you guys see it? Wow. Absolutely insane. That's right. I'm in Ontario, California, guys. I'm in Ontario, California. For YouTube, Facebook, and X, I will show you behind me. I can't figure out how to zoom in on Restream. But this is Ontario, California, guys. We're in Ontario, California. You can find the viral video online. Oh, look at that trailer. Sorry, guys. You guys want to see a burned up trailer? Oh, wow. Okay, hang on. I got to show you this, man. I got to show you this. Lakota says, did he not put a whole lot of people out of work? He did put a lot of people out of work. But when people are desperate and they don't know what to do, different people do different things, right? I totally agree with you. I'm not saying this is right. I don't think at all this is right. But desperate men do desperate things. So let's not get them to desperation, shall we? You know, whoever owns this building, this company, they could have paid them more. You and I both know that. The money's there. Everything keeps going up except living wages. But everybody wants to say, there's no money. There's no money. Yeah, there's no money for us, the people. There's no money for the people because of greed. Greed and selfishness. And that's that. I'm sorry. You all can believe whatever you want, but that's what I believe to be the truth. It's not, is it that hard to pay someone a living wage? Dude, like how many millions of dollars do you need? What's enough? 5 million, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, while all your employees are barely making ends meet? They can't even buy a car, a house, nothing. Like, I don't know, whatever. What are we going to do? Oh, there's the fire department, obviously. Wow. All right, here we go, guys. I'll show you. Oh, there he is actually putting out with a hose. Hold on. Flip camera. I should have made a video out of this, but I just wanted to do something special for all you guys. All you drivers, all you fine people. There you go. Do you see the firefighter? There he is, putting out the fire. There he is. That's right. Yeah, Lakota, California is one of the most expensive states to live. You know, a lot of people were saying on here that, oh, they actually pay good money. Okay, what's good money? 20, 22, 24, what? 28? $28 an hour? Is that a lot of money? That's not a lot of money. That's paycheck to paycheck wages. Screw that. People today need like, $70, $80 an hour to survive, you know? Oh my gosh, look at this, you guys. So yeah, those of you just coming in, and thanks for being here. Thanks for the shares, the likes, the gifts, all the above, guys. I really appreciate you being here with me. Um, this is the Kimberly Clark Distribution Center, 1.2 million square feet of inventory of toilet paper. A disruptive man yesterday, an employee, caught fire to this location because he's sick and tired of not having a living wage. Let's see. Julia Connor says, vote Chad Bianca for governor. Who's Chad Bianca for California? I don't know anything about California politics. Sorry. My state is Nevada. I did grow up here, though. I actually grew up pretty close to here. So, okay. Well, everybody, check it out. Go. If you want to get rid of Newsom, Newsom, if you want to get rid of Newsom, there you go. Julie says, go check out Chad Bianca for governor. Right on. I'm with it. How y'all doing on Facebook, YouTube, and X? How you doing? Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, we got a live fire over here in Ontario, California. So what do you guys all think? Let me know in the chat. Like, what do you guys think about this? Should we maybe start considering paying living wages for people? Maybe somehow get, I get it. It's a free market. We're a capitalist society, and we can't tell, nor do I want anybody to start telling people how to conduct their businesses. I get it. But is there a way that we can, help persuade them a little bit to, pay a more decent wage? There's a thing in Japan called womb to tomb. Okay, womb to tomb. And what the Japanese do is they look for you at high school and in college. They look for you. And what they do is when they hire you, they are hiring you from womb, from the time you start the job or the career path, to tomb, to the day you pass away, right? They literally hire managers just to go around and stroke your ego and hey, how your kids doing? And they pay you a good wage. There's always bonuses, there's get-togethers, there's parties, there's Christmas bonuses, they make you feel like you matter because you do matter. We all matter, right? And when you do that, you make the employee loyal. And when the employee's loyal, they work harder, production goes up. So you, as the business owner, are actually making more money. So, I mean, in turn, instead of having 3 Corvettes, could you have 20 Corvettes if you actually paid your employees more, like a real living wage? I mean, I know some businesses can't, especially small business, but dude, this isn't a small business, right? This isn't a small business. Look at Walmart. They don't even hire 40 hours anymore, 32 hours, right? So they don't have to pay benefits. Not cool. Not cool. So what do you guys all think about this, huh? This is coming at you live. I drove 8 miles down here for you guys so you could see this live. Absolutely insane. The viral video is online. You guys can go check it out. He's literally just walking around with a lighter filming. And he's like, all right, you guys don't want to pay me a living wage? All right, man, at least I can afford this lighter. And he starts going pallet to pallet to pallet to pallet and setting this place on fire. He is in custody, of course, and I don't even think he cares. That's my opinion only. But so Dave, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now. We are here in Ontario, California, and what is going on here is behind me is the Kimberly Clark distribution center in Ontario, California. They house toilet paper. What happened was a disrupted employee is sick and tired of not earning a living wage for his hard labor, his time on the planet Earth, and so he caught fire to the pallets of toilet paper and he literally burned this place up. So I don't know how much damage this is. You can see it's still smoking in the background there. You can see it there. Still smoking. And what do you guys think? You want to go talk to the cops and see what they have to say? See if they'll give us a little interviewsies. What do you think, you guys? What do you think? What you think? What you think? Let's see if anybody wants to come up. You're more than welcome to come up. 3 hots in a cot. That's right, Harvey. That's right, cool Harvey. 3 hots in a cot. That's what he's getting. That's for sure, brother. That is for sure. Hey, thanks for sharing the live. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you for all the hearts, the gifts on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Thanks so much for being here. I think we have a neighbor over here walking. Look at this. Wow. Look at that damage, you guys. That's a lot of damage. All you had to do was pay the man a living wage. I've been saying this for about 6 months now. Expect, if there's any global elites or giants watching now, expect this to happen more often if you don't pay your employees a living wage. And it's not a threat or anything like that. It's just, this is human behavior 101. Human behavior 101. If a man has nothing to lose and they're desperate and they don't know what to do, they do crazy stuff. It smells like a barbecue here. Oh, man. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, people? What are we going to do? Wow. This is absolutely insane. Yep. Good thing none of those trailers. Whoa. Here, I'll show you this piece. Hold on. Wait till you see this. I'm going to flip the camera for you guys so you can see this part. Check this out. Here we go. Hold on. Wait, where's it? Wait, right between, look between that Walmart and the JB Hunt. Can you see it? Right there between the Walmart and the JB Hunt. Look in the middle. That door is completely disintegrated. Wow. And here on YouTube, X, and Facebook, I'll show you. Hang on. Man, I wish Restream had a flip package. Do you see it over there, YouTube, in between the um, the Walmart and the JB Hunt there? Ah, absolutely crazy. All right, we're gonna walk down a little more here, and you know what? I think we can actually even get closer. I'm gonna see if this cop's gonna let me go over on the other side. You guys want to go over on the other side? You want to go even closer? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? Yes or no? Does everybody want to keep walking and talking and see what's going on over there? Or should we just all call it a day and go home? I wish I had some hot dogs or some hamburgers because I am kind of hungry. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see if he's gonna let me walk over here. As you can see, there is a cop. I don't know if you can see right there, but he is blocking the highway. So we're gonna see if he's let me walk over and I can get some really, really close footage for you guys, especially you guys on YouTube, Facebook, and X. I can get you guys some better footage here, okay? Thanks for being here and spending your very valuable time with me, you guys. I really appreciate it, okay? Thank you, thank you. All right, we're gonna walk over here, see if this cop's gonna stop us or not. Let's see. Ellie says, Kim Clark, Ontario, average pay is 23 to 35 an hour. Minimum wage, California is 17, but cost and taxes. Yeah, well, I mean, that's another thing, right? Taxes are 30, 40%. So, okay, so let's say you're making the top pay $35 an hour. Is that enough for a family of 4? I can tell you for sure the answer is definitely not. That's a paycheck to paycheck wage. That's not, you can go get yourself a decent car, you can get yourself a nice little decent 2,000 square foot house, all that good stuff. None of that. None of that at all. So, yes, that's great. The average pay, but who makes up the average pay? Sure. Can I walk down that path or no? Okay. Can you tell the fine folks what happened here? What's that? Can you tell everybody what happened here? You'd have to talk to our PIO. PIO, what's that? Public Information Officer. Gotcha. All righty. Stay safe. All right. All right. Well, we got to talk to his PIO. Public, what did he say? Public what officer? Public Information Officer. All righty. Well, I guess we're not getting over there. There was a man over there walking just now. But he's not going to let truckers unite now over there. Damn it. No! As Homer Simpson would say, no! Damn it, damn it, damn it. Let's see. Pastime for a Change says, yeah, the person that trained not to tell you nothing. That's right. They are. They're good little followers. They are really, really well trained. You know what? I'm just going to stay silent on that one for this live on what I think about that. But you're right. There, you know what, Mike? We're losing our moral compass as a society. We are losing our compass as a society, as a people, as a country, our families. We don't eat dinner at the table anymore as a family. So everybody wonders why everything's going to shit. Well, you know, it's not good, man. It's not good. We need to go back to the older ways, in my opinion. That's what I'm actually trying to do. I have a little spread somewhere in the country, 3 acres, and I'm trying to get to the point where I can build generational houses on there. You know, get like one of the houses has a duplex for our elderly. So as people come in and out of life, you know, we just have everything we need. No help from the government. The government does not help with anything, in my opinion. I don't trust the government and I don't want anything from them. All they do is hurt my life. All the government does is hurt and destroy everything I've ever built, everything I've ever done. All they've done is slowed me down, hurt me, and blocked me from success. So I don't know how everybody else feels about that, but that's kind of where I'm at in life, you know, just over it. Let's see. Yang Plang says, because of feminism, everything went to shit. You know what, brother? I saw a documentary the other day that said, here, we're going to go over here where it's smoking and I'll stop. I know you guys probably don't like the shaking. I apologize for that, guys. I know some of you have vertigo. So let's just go ahead and stop right here. You know, the feminist movement, from what I understand, was a planned psyop by the government to get taxes out of women, right? They needed more revenue, more of a stream to you know, go bug more people in the world and try to take their resources. And that, this is my opinion and my opinion only. This is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing I say is factual. This is just pure entertainment, okay? So yeah, so then women started in the workforce, and then, you know, they get up to 30 years old and they want to start a family, and it's hard for them to get pregnant, right? From what I understand, it's dangerous and it's hard. And from what I understand, most women want to raise a family and then go do whatever they want to do. Now, my belief is it should be to each their own, right? It shouldn't be any one person telling a woman what to do. It should be, she wants a career, go have a career. But you talk to most women, they want to raise their kids and then go and have them at a decently young age, right? 21, 22, whatever. Hang on one sec, guys. Thanks everybody for being here. Look at this dang thing on fire, man. Well, you know what? I pray for the man. I pray that the owner of this establishment starts paying his people more money, because that's what it's about. Pay your employees more money. Pay your employees a living wage. Pay a living wage. Capiche? Pay a living wage. I've been saying it for about 6 months. I've been saying, dude, things are gonna get wild. You know, like people can, hold on, let me make this in the background. There we go. You know, you can build a bunker to protect yourself. You can go buy things for your home to protect yourself. But if an entire mob, if an entire group of people are pissed off because you did them wrong, there's nowhere to hide on the planet. There's just not. You need people. That's why it's better, you know, forget things. That's why it's better to invest into people, in my opinion, than to invest into things. I try my best to invest into people, not things. I don't care about things, right? I care about people, because in the long run, we're social creatures. The pandemic taught us that, right? That, the pandemic, sorry. It taught us that we are very social creatures. We do need each other. You're not a happy person if you're alone. I mean, maybe some people are, but most people need people, you know. So let's see. Manny G says, yeah, one of them blame everything else. It's your failures. Well, it's easy to say that, right, Manny G? But, you know, if somebody doesn't have any opportunity, it's not that cut and dry, right? Let's take an 18-year-old. If an 18-year-old moves out of mom and dad's house and gets a full-time job at McDonald's, is working 60 hours a week, which I don't even think we should be working 60 hours a week. That's ludicrous. Like when have we been okay with working 60-hour weeks? 30, 40 hours, man. That's decent. That makes you feel good about yourself. You're contributing and have some you time, right? Well, is that man or woman that's going to go work at McDonald's at 40 hours a week, are they ever going to be able to buy a home or do something? No, right? So then you say, okay, better yourself. Okay, well, not everybody can be a doctor. Not everybody can be a business owner, but shouldn't everybody have the chance to have the American dream? Shouldn't everybody, if they work really hard and they're a decent person and they follow the laws that we, the people, create, shouldn't they be able to have nice, decent things? What do you think? Thank you for the follow, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for the follow. Um, Anyways, we're gonna wrap this up soon, guys. Thanks so much for being here. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 13 through 14 says this: be on your guard, because shit happens. Stand still in the faith, because God is everything. Be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. A truck driver is supposed to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the truck law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Sorry, YouTube, Facebook, and X, not giving you any attention over there. I probably could have turned the camera like this. What do you guys think about this? Am I crazy, or should we pay a better living wage so things like this don't happen? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Let's see. Pastime says, oh, there goes your signal. Looks like your live algorithm just grabbed you. Yeah. Yep. Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Let's see. Then tax you for it, says Big 23. Yep, I am getting interrupted for some reason. All right, we're going to walk this. We're going to walk this and talk this. So those of you that are just coming in, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now. We are at the Kimberly Clark Warehouse Distribution Center. It's 1.2 million square feet of toilet paper. That's what we got here, toilet paper. And a man yesterday set fire to this location, an employee. He was sick and tired of not making a living wage. And he said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done playing the game, man, paycheck to paycheck. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm over it. I can't ever do anything nice for my family. I can't take them on vacation. I can't take my wife on a date. I work my ass off. So you know what? I can afford this cheap lighter. You can go look at his video. Go check out his video. He said, you know what? I can afford this cheap lighter, though. I'm going to set this place on fire. And that's what he did. Is he in jail? Yes, of course. He's incarcerated. You can't do something like this and not go to jail. So if you're going to do something like this, just be aware of the consequences. There are severe consequences. He'll probably do 10 years in prison. I don't wish that on anybody. This is just a terrible, terrible tragedy that didn't have to happen. If we were not greedy human beings, this wouldn't happen. It's terrible, terrible thing. Terrible, terrible. Let's see. Let's bring. Hey, Mike, are you trying to come up, brother? Oh, yeah, you are. There you go. I just accepted, dude. I've tried to accept twice. I just accepted again. So if you want to come up, you're more than free to come up. You know what? We can just go ahead and rock alive the whole way till I get back to my truck, or I can stop it and start it again. What do you guys think? Sean, what do you think, bro? Are you still here? Where'd everybody go? Look at that. Mira. Woo! It's hot out here, guys. Let's see. Mike, I'm trying to put you in, brother. I don't know why it's not working. But yeah, thanks for being here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Appreciate you guys. Mike, if you want to come up, if anybody wants to come up, feel free to join. Chris, thank you for liking the live. I really appreciate you, brother. Thank you. What do you think about this Ontario, California fire? This is wild, isn't it? Absolutely wild. Smoke is in the air. I smell tires burning, probably from the trailers, the container trailers and the dry van trailers. They're on fire. I drove 8 miles to come down here to show you guys this. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I drove out of my way. I delivered in Rancho Cucamonga today, all the way from South Carolina. And it's a beautiful day here in California, Southern California. You can't see the mountains as usual. Sorry about all the rocking, guys. I don't have my gimbal because we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Here, I'll show you this. I'm gonna walk backwards. Here we go. There you go. What do y'all think of that? Absolutely insane, huh? Absolutely insane. Wow, look at that. This is what happens, guys. Pay your employees. Okay, pay your employees a good living wage. Hey, who wants to start a business with me? Let's start a huge corporation. Let's pay our employees, I don't know, let's give them like 85 to 90% of the profits. What do you think? Let's just give it back to our employees. Screw it. I mean, 15% is better than nothing, right? That's just what I think. Chuba. Chuba Chuba. Chuba, welcome in, brother. How are you? Oh, did it? You live in Rancho Cucamonga? My whole life. That happened yesterday at the toilet paper warehouse. How you doing, man? I'm good, brother. How are you? I'm okay. Nice. Yeah, I'm in the business, man. It's tough, man. That's just too many people. Like $18 is the going rate, and with gas being so expensive, it's tough. Yeah, I have a friend that I won't say what company he works for, but let's just say some of the containers are here. It's a very big container company. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. He lives here also, and he started like 5 or 6 years ago. I want to say it was like 28, 29 bucks an hour. He's now at 34. He's topped out at 34. He's been there about 5, 6 years. Guess what they're paying 21-year-olds coming into the industry right now? Guess what they're paying them? $21 an hour to have a CDL and drive their trucks around, their trailers around LA. That's for drivers. I'm just talking about the regular forklift guys. 18, 19 is what they're paying. What's that guy that started the fire? He was a forklift driver. Wow, he was a forklift driver. Okay, well, I mean, brother, I've been saying this. He worked the night shift, and he was just an operator. And wow, he lit on fire in the middle of the night. My hope, obviously, I don't advocate for something like this. That's not right to do something like that. But I understand his frustration. I do. I completely understand it. It's just the business. Right now, there's too many people, and they figure that you're replaceable and you're not valuable. 18, 19 is what they pay. Well, so there it is, greed at its finest. So the corporate giants here and the shareholders are making all the money, and everybody else is just paycheck to paycheck. Cool. For their hard labor. You're replaceable. They don't care. They just use you up. Right. That's the problem, brother. That's what we're trying to change. That's what we're trying to open eyes. Like, dude, it's not about things. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses. It's about taking care of one another. To me, anyway. No, they don't care. As long as those boxes get on the truck, they don't care. They don't care. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna give you a follow. Over 20 years, and you give 15 years to a company, and they'll let you go. There's no loyalty in this business. Right. Well, more and more. I'm on my way. I just want to say, hope you enjoy your visit here to California. Right on, brother. Thank you, man. I just gave you a follow. I'll send you a follow. Have a great day. Right on YouTube, brother. Drive safe, okay? All right, later. So that was Chabuk, everybody. Go give him a follow if you can. CNN is here with us live. How you doing, CNN? This right here, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite. Now, I am here at the Kimberly-Clark Distribution Warehouse Center. This facility is 1.2 million square feet of inventory of toilet paper. I don't know if they have other products, but yesterday, a disrupted employee, a forklift driver, set fire to pallets inside of here of toilet paper, catching the entire facility on fire. I will show you in the background there. It's still smoking, as you can see. As you can see right about there, right down here. As you can see, it's still smoking. And this happened because You can go look at his viral video. What he said was, look at this chart. What he said was, hold on, let me get YouTube, Facebook, and X over here. Welcome in, YouTube, Facebook, and X. What he said was, all right, you don't want to pay me a living wage? Fine. At least I can afford this lighter. And he went and he started lighting pellets on fire. Now, I don't advocate, obviously, for destruction of private property. This is somebody else's property. You have no right to do that. And he is in custody and he is going to be held accountable. But I understand his frustration, CNN, don't you? How much do you pay your employees, CNN? Do you pay your employees a good wage? Because that's what I'm advocating for. That's what Truckers Unite Now is advocating for. That's what truck drivers in America want. We just want a living wage. There is so much corruption and craziness going on in America. Donald Trump, why aren't you doing something for us? Sam Graves out of Missouri, why aren't you doing something for us? Why is it always against the truck driver? Regulation after regulation for us, but not for the shipper or the consignee. You know, these forklift drivers, this 21-year-old kid, I'm assuming maybe he has a family, right? A wife and 2 kids, and he's making $19 an hour, $20 an hour. What is that? What is that? That's chump change. I spit on $20. I'm sorry, it's not a lot of money. It's not. It's not enough. A living wage, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, should be enough to have a running, reliable vehicle, a decent roof over your head, healthy food in your mouth, medical and dental. Yet, in the United States, what do? We tax the hell out of our people, 30 to 40%, and then we take that revenue that belongs to the people. It doesn't belong to the government. There's no such thing as government funded. Everything is taxpayer funded. And then we go and we give all that money to other countries. Sure. Yeah, other countries need medical and dental, not us. Well, enough is enough. I've learned that you, the watcher, can make an impact. Just like this man, this is going to make an impact. And I hope if you are a global giant, if you are a rich person, if you own a business and you have employees, pay your people what they're worth. If they work really hard for you and they're loyal to you, and they have integrity, they have a moral compass, and when nobody is looking, they're still working, their production output is really, really good. How much more do you need? Why not give that to the employees so they can have a good life, so they can be happy to come to work? Probably most people right now are not excited to go to work. They can't stand it. You know what I mean? Let's see, J.A. Cruz says, I get $1.73 a mile with fuel surcharge East Coast to about 193 per mile with fuel surcharge West. Yeah, that to me, in my opinion, brother, you need $4.50, $5 a mile to have a good American life for you and your family. You know what I mean? If that's just you only and you're living in the truck, great. But what happens if you get sick? And I hope you never do. What happens if you get sick and it costs you 200 grand to get better? It's out of control. You know, that's what we're fighting for here, man. That's what we're fighting here. So thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Let's see. Brian says, I agree. Sandman says, damn right. That's right, Sam. That's Sandman. Um, Brian says, I completely understand. Dude, I get this, man. I would never do something this crazy, but I understand this frustration. Like, screw it, man. This kid was probably in his mind, he probably thought, you know what? I'm never going to own a house. I don't have medical or dental. And even if I do have medical, if something major happens, like the big C word, forget about it. Everything I've ever worked for, I'm just going to lose anyway. So what's the point? I go buy a house. I pay it off over 30 years. You know, I got 100, 200 grand in the bank. By the time I retire, it's 70. You know, now I'm going to go and retire and enjoy my life. But dude, I don't even have enough to pay the property taxes on my property with food. And now I'm so old and I'm so stiff and broken from working so hard all those years that I can't even enjoy my life. I can't even get on an airplane and go visit somewhere or do something. So what's the point? You know what? I can afford this lighter though. So whatever. Go watch his viral video. It obviously went viral. And yes, he's incarcerated now. you know. Thank you. What about Bob for the follow? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for spending your time here with me. My opinion on time in and of itself, my opinion on time is the most valuable resource on the planet. Not property, not money, not gold, not silver, not cars, not houses. It's time. Because where we spend, if somebody spends 5 minutes with you to talk with you, to me, that's everything. Because investing into people, in my opinion, is where it's at, not into things. Things are going to crumble and break and be dust and blow away one day. All these buildings one day without human intervention gone. The metal post, all this concrete, this would all return back to desert here in Los Angeles County, California. This would all return back to desert in like 500 years, right? So what are we doing? What are we doing? We're just working our butts off. We're slaves to the almighty dollar, and it's not even getting us anywhere. And they just keep going up and up, and they're laughing. These corporate giants, they don't care. The insurance will cover this. And then you know what? They'll put the insurance on the people. That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. You know, Connor, who was unalived in Florida 5 years ago by a non-English speaking truck driver, that the family, you know, had a lawsuit and millions, they won millions of dollars. Guess who paid that? You think the insurance company paid that? No, they just raised the rates on the people on truck driver. I paid a little bit of that. You paid a little bit of that for somebody else's mistake. And that's the problem. That is the problem. Joe says, I'm on the same spot on, brother. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. Dave says, health is most important. That's right. We don't have health. We don't have anything. And we're working ourselves to, that's what we're doing. I'm surprised I'm even this fit as a truck driver. It's because I don't eat that much, really. But yeah, look at this, guys. Look at, I'm going to show you guys a little more, okay? Look at that. Look at the charred building right there, guys. Isn't that crazy, drivers? That's what happens. You don't pay your employees a living wage, they lose their mind. I've been talking about this for 6 months. So those of you that are just coming in, look at that. That's still smoking over there. Look at Mira. This is the Kimberly Clark Distribution Center. I am in Ontario, California, y'all, right here. And this was from an employee that's had enough. He's had enough. He's done. He's like, I'm not going to play your corporate slave game anymore. I'm done. Whatever. Give me three hots and a cot, because I'm done. I'm done playing the game. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel that way. I feel that way every morning. I'll be honest with you guys. Every single morning when I wake up, I get in my truck, you know, I've done my pre-trip, all that good stuff, paperwork. I like look at my keys and I struggle with like, why am I about to drive 700 miles? Why? For what? For who? Who am I driving for? Because it's not for me. Who am I driving for? Other people. I'm making other people. I'm keeping this illusion going. I'm keeping this matrix illusion bullshit thing going. I'm making Amazon a bunch of money. I'm making other folks a lot of money. I am just barely making a living wage, and I'm over it. That's right, Brian. It was a paper mill. You are correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Baba Rooney. Thanks everybody for being here. Kim Morgan, welcome in. Thank you for sharing the live. Karen, this is hold on. Trucker underscore 187 says, I make 2,500 bucks a week. I know I'm underpaid. Yes, you are. You're damn right you are. You should be making 7 grand a week. I know that sounds crazy, right? Because they've programmed us to think that that's crazy. It's not crazy. Truck drivers in the 70s, of if you exchange the currency rate, they were making like 400,000 a year. Okay? They were. They were paying off their house in 10 years. They were saving 50 grand for their kids for college. Cars were like nothing, and that's how it should be. But today, corporate giants are getting all the money, and then shareholders are getting all the money. I don't know. What are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do? That's right. Dave's Auto, I do have my own truck. It's still not enough. I am a small business owner. Okay, I have been for 9 years, and I live paycheck to paycheck. I budget well. I don't smoke, drink. I don't gamble. I budget well. I don't blow things. I don't buy things on the end of the end cap. Now, I do have 4 kids, and I realize that's my responsibility and mine only. My wife stays home. She's a biblical, traditional, we're a traditional family because that's what's healthy. That's what's strong. That's what makes strong Americans is having a nuclear family, mom and dad at the dinner table. Dad goes to work, protects the family. Mom nurtures and loves the kids. And I get it. It's not for everybody, and that's okay too. I get it. We're in a free country, right? You can do whatever you want. But if you ask most women, the majority of women want to raise their kids first and then go do something, whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? It's a whole programmed psyop to, oh, women, get out in the work field, get out in the work. Yeah, they just wanted taxes. The government just wanted their taxes. And it worked. Hook, line, and sinker. Works every time, doesn't it? We fall for it. I fall for it. I can't speak for you. Thank you for the follow, Galloping Ghost. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Behind me is the Kimberly Clark Distribution Center in Ontario, California, is where I am right now. This is in LA County, Ontario, California. This is 1.2 million square feet of distribution center. Here is where they house TP, toilet paper. Okay. You can go watch the viral video. A young kid, I call him a kid, he's a grown man, right? 2021. He took a lighter. You can go watch his video. He said, you know what? I'm done. He goes, you don't want to pay a living wage. I can't make ends meet. You know what? At least I can afford this lighter. And he went and he started lighting pallets everywhere in this distribution center because he's not getting a living wage. $21 an hour. And a lot of people say that's good money. Really? Okay. Can you buy a house with that? Can you retire with that? Can you work 40 hours a week and survive with that? I mean, what's the goal here? To work 80 hours a week, 90 hours a week? Is that a good boy? That a boy. Work them 90, 100-hour weeks. You're a good man. You're a good woman. You're contributing. Go work those 90 hours. Yeah, that's what I do. And what's it getting us? You know? That's right. Mr. Nobody Cares says paying living wages. That's what I'm doing here, brother. I am showing, brother, I've been preaching this for 6 months. I've been trying to tell the elites, the global giants, corporations, I've been trying to warn them that this is going to be the result. I call it groups with pitchforks, right? You know, the old cartoons and the old, like, the whole group, the city, with pitchforks, they gather together and they're going to go get someone. That's what this is. That's what this is. Don't pay a living wage. You don't let a man have a dream. This is it. Not everybody can be doctors, business owners. Not everybody can be Elon Musk. So what about the rest of us? If an employee is making you a lot of money, if you're a corporate giant or you're a global elite and you are watching this, I highly suggest, it's just my opinion, I highly suggest that you pay your people more because these types of things are going to continue to happen. All you got to do is look at history. I hear an ice cream truck. There's smoke everywhere in the air. It's hard to breathe. This is no bueno. Evil Trucker says, so I guess you're saying the perfect minimum wage is over $35 an hour. I don't know if minimum wage is the answer. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an economist, but I'll tell you this, the economists, the professional economists are not so smart, are they? Because look at what they've done to all of us. Obviously, these people aren't as smart as they say. Our elected leaders are not as smart as they say, because instead of spending money in America on Americans, like fixing our roads, like in Indiana and Arizona, like Kingman, Arizona, all this toll money, where's it going? Where's it going? To third, fourth parties? It's going all over the world. It's not going here. Our money is not staying here. So let me ask you, I don't know what the answers are, but I know if you're a good person, decent person, working hard, you deserve a decent life. You deserve enough for you and your family. That's what I think. No, I'm not one of these that wanted $20 an hour for McDonald's. No, I'm not. No, because you should have to work your way up the ladder. You make more the more you work your way up. But I'll tell you this too. My grandmother, Northridge, California, right here, she bought $1.5 million house off a grocery clerk wage in the 70s. Grocery clerk. So if economists are so smart, maybe they were smart back then, weren't they? Because my grandfather bought a really nice property down the road here back in the 40s. He had a small business and he had it all. He passed away with $500,000 in the bank, lived off Social Security just fine, did okay for himself. But maybe if our taxes we weren't being taxed 30 to 40%, maybe if people paid a good living wage based off your performance and the output of your production, we wouldn't be in this situation, right? But that's where we're at right now. Greed, greed, greed. We got to have it all, right? It doesn't work. I say let's invest into people, not invest into things. We don't need more things. A lot of these global giants, they have 7 8 properties, they have 15 Ferraris. It's like one of those Ferraris, you could sell that. One out of the 15 Ferraris, you could sell that and distribute that $500,000 to your 50 employees, and you could really change their life. Now, you don't owe them nothing. I get it. We're free market. We're capitalist society, right? But you could choose to do that and make them even more loyal. You could make them even probably produce more of a production. That's why all our kids are lazy as hell. Parents not raising them right, not disciplining them right, being hard on them, right? And the fact that they don't have a future. I don't blame them. If I was 18, if I had to do it all over again today, I wouldn't work this 90 hours a week. Forget it. For what? Why? Never. And I can't believe I'm saying this right now. I wouldn't have said this 5 years ago. I wouldn't have. Butterfly says California is a big problem. I feel like California's been a big problem for a long time. You are correct. Brian says, when is the mileage tax going in effect in California? I have no idea, brother. But dude, I have a headache with it because it's just take more from the truck driver. Let's create more jobs that aren't needed. Thank you for the heart me. Let's create more jobs that are not needed off the truck driver's back or the small carrier's back, like an ELD, electronic log device. We never needed that. But how much revenue does that create for other people? Enough is enough. Now parking is going up. Parking is gonna be a thing probably in 5 years, where every spot for a rig, 75-foot truck and trailer is gonna be a thing. And that's 3,000 4,000 out of the truck driver's pocket. So instead of making 85K a year, now you make 80K a year. Then it's gonna be 70, then it's gonna be 60. Dude, it used to be like 300 grand. Little by little by little by little by little, it's dropped. That's what we fight for. That's what Truckers Unite Now fights for. That's what We the Truckers fight for. Go check out We the Truckers, you guys. WeTheTruckers.com. Go check it out. Go check it out. We the Truckers. I should be announcing this. This is an awesome couple. This is a team truck drivers, Mike and Jane. Okay, you can find them here on TikTok also. You can find them on YouTube, X, and Facebook. They're an amazing husband and wife that love driving trucks. They're advocates, and there are advocates on that page. There are petitions. There's anything and everything about trucking. It's an amazing website, WeTheTruckers.com. Go check it out, guys. It's amazing. So California, Butterfly. So did you know California? Oops, I didn't mean to send that invitation. Sorry. California is now smogging rigs 3 times a year. I just had mine smogged in December and it was twice a year. And the guy's like laughing, the smog guy. I'm like, what's so funny? He's like, hey, because I was complaining about smogging it twice a year. He goes, hey, you think that's bad? Ha ha ha. Did you know it's going to be 3 times a year? Yeah, bro, it's going to be 3 times a year. Crazy, right? Well, screw it. Let's make it 4, 5, 6. What's enough? What is enough? Let's see. What is the charge, Brian? $300. $300 to smog your truck. So that's $900 a year, right? 3 times 3. It's stupid. Trocero X says taxes are voluntary. I wish Kimberly, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I don't know, brother. I don't know if that's true or not, that taxes are voluntary. I don't know. I know it's a scam, though. That's for sure. And I know that nothing is government funded. Everything is taxpayer funded. Taxpayer funded. Shh. Taxpayer funded. Shh. Let's see. Brian says Washington State gonna get rid of it. I hope so. Yo, Jorge. Jorge in the house. I am by your house. Where are those chickens at, man? I'm hungry. Jorge, I need some eggs, bro. I know you live in the area somewhere. How you doing, Jorge? What's up, brother? Behind me, this is the Kimberly Clark Distribution Center. 1.2 million square feet of toilet paper. And it is currently on fire. Do you know why it's on fire? Because a disrupted, stressed out 20-something-year-old forklift driver was pissed off, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and he set the place on fire. You could see his viral video. It's all over social media. What he did was he looked at his lighter and he goes, all right, you guys don't want to pay a living wage? I'm done. I'm done. At least I can afford this lighter. Psh, psh. That's right. And he set it all on fire. He set the whole building on fire. And I've been warning about this for 6 months. I've been warning you global elite. I've been warning you corporate giants, Vanguard, BlackRock. I'm telling you, they own everything. I'm telling you guys, share with the people, damn it. Dude, it's not even fun to work anymore with how stressful paycheck to paycheck is and bills are. It's not even fun. Butterfly says any government, aka tax funding, is not supporting California BS. I would agree with that. I would agree with that, Butterfly. You are a wise woman. Let's see. Evil Trucker says, I got 2 trucks and I started low on the totem pole and I worked my way up to buy 2 trucks. That's awesome, Evil Trucker. Good for you, man. That is rad. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Good job. Not everybody can do that, though. Not everybody has the drive. So all I'm saying is, I feel like everybody deserves, if they're working hard, if they're working 40 hours a week, I think that 40 hours should be enough to have a house, a home, to have good, clean food, clean water, medical, dental for you and your family, and a vacation once a year. Is that too much to ask for? And retire at 55, not 70. Actually, we should be retiring at 45. Why do we settle for like the worst? Where, everybody like argues over, oh, well, I work 80 hours a week. Oh, well, you got to work 90 hours a week. You got to work 100 hours a week. Why aren't we like, shouldn't the goal be to work less but get more? Shouldn't that be the goal? Shouldn't the goal be, hey, let's retire at like 40 or 45 so we can actually enjoy our life still? Because the older you get, the more your body falls apart, right? That's why truck drivers' average lifespan is 61. 61 years old is the average commercial American truck driver's lifespan. 61. Commercial American truck driving is 7 times more dangerous than law enforcement. So you go talk to all the wives that have law enforcement officers or husbands, that the woman officer, and what's the first thing they say about how they feel about the cop's job? They're nervous, right? That their beloved one, their spouse, might not make it home that day. Every day is stressful for that spouse because they don't know if that officer is going to make it home because it's a dangerous job. Well, truck driving is 7 times more dangerous. So I have an idea. Go talk to truck drivers' wives. Go talk to truck drivers' husbands. Ask them how they feel. You want to talk about cortisol and stress? 7 times more dangerous, but they don't want you to know that because then they might have to pay a truck driver more money, right? If the truth comes out that truck drivers really are heroes, not me, truck drivers. They do wear invisible capes. Truck drivers do wear invisible capes. They literally go through time machines. They go through hard weather, traffic. They go through suffering in their truck in 73 square feet. People always trying to get in their pocket. Everywhere you turn, somebody's trying to get you. Somebody's either trying to get your money somebody, they're trying to pull you over, give you an inspection because you have no rights when you sign for your CDL. It's always against the truck driver. You want to talk about cortisol? That's why we only live to 61 years old, folks. Let's see. Brian says, it's not why is not why they're trying to do driverless trucks in Texas. Possibly. I don't know. That's a whole other subject, brother. Butterfly says, yeah, the cost per mile has not gone up much in the last 20 years. You are absolutely right. That's why Truckers Unite. Now we are fighting for truck drivers and their families and for the middle class. That is why FOPT, Pastime for a Change, WeTheTruckers.com, Morning Coffee with Bob, Bonehead Truckers, Alex with Mother Trucker. These are all advocates that are doing their best to try to help truck drivers and their families. And my advice to everybody would be, let's stop the division. Let's stop the bullshit. Let's all unite and take back our industry. And then maybe we can help kids out so that this kind of stuff doesn't happen. What do you say? Because we are the strong 86% of this country is small business owners in the trucking industry. Only 14% is mega carriers, but they got their shit together. They're the ones that they go to the government with the American Trucking Association and lie and say things like, we have a truck driver shortage. We have a truck driver shortage. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a bold lie. That is a bold lie by the American Trucking Association. What you have is a driver retention problem. That's what you have, folks. A driver retention problem because you're not paying enough. Pay your people. Pharaoh, let my people go. Trucking companies pay your truckers more. Brokers give more. You don't have a right to the stop pay. All right. You don't have a right for the detention pay. You don't have a right to layover pay. That belongs to the small carrier. That belongs to the truck driver. They earned it. You didn't. Okay. Your life is not, you're not sacrificing your life like a truck driver. Okay. And you're not suffering like a truck driver. Nobody knows except truck drivers. Yeah. Ronaldo says 100%. Thank you, brother. Brian says, I completely agree. Let's pay more. Oh, snap. We got the big JJ in the house. Oh, boy.
I'm about to light some people up, bro. What's going on?
Well, people already been lighting shit up over here, so you're a little late to the party, brother.
Hey, let's talk to the guy that was talking about Delilah Law now. Do they understand the Delilah Law?
I didn't see that in the comments, or what are you saying?
Yeah, it's in the comments.
No, no, I didn't read those. What do you say? Well, say it. Say what you got to say.
But no, like I want to make sure that people understand it. So I think it was Mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
So people don't understand what the Delilah Law means. Meanwhile, while this guy, and I don't know who he is, and I don't want to disrespect him. But meanwhile, I want to educate you I want to educate these guys on something. While you're looking at the Delilah only impacting 200,000 drivers, you're going to be replaced by those 200,000 drivers with autonomous trucks.
Boom. Yep.
Asking for your Delilah Law because I'm going to be rooting to get you guys, the guys that are idiots and don't understand how to group together and defend trucking. And I'll tell you, at the end of the day, people, there's a safety issue, but if you look at the safety issues and actually understand what they are,
Mm-hmm.
you'll understand that the non-domicile drivers aren't the safety problem. And so when people are blaming 0.3% of the accidents on the group because they don't look like them, then we got a big problem. Instead of actually saying, hey, what can we do for trucking and truckers? Instead, we look at races, right? And when you start looking at races, then you've been put in a division where they can now control how you act, what you do, and what they're going to do. Meanwhile, your boy, Mr. White Boy Sean Duffy, was at MATTS talking about the American Trucker Mechanic, and everybody was clapping for him, saying that he has all these great things for the American trucker. Well, 9 days prior to that, he was in meeting in Congress, looking at replacing you. He does have great respect for you guys, respect enough to impact you, where you're going to be replaced by autonomy. And what are you going to do when you can't drive anymore?
That's right. That's
what are you
right.
going to do when you can't drive? It's not even heritage, mechanic. You don't belong here either, brother. Like you act like like you guys came here. People need to understand how rules in life and how things work, and how society would be a lot better if people stopped looking at religion like. In let me define the Constitution for you and how it was written. It said we the people, not a group, not me. I'm brown. Uh, I speak good English. Right. I have a degree in business, business economic and leadership, and so I think we share commonality where we want to make. Even though we're different people, we share a passion for trucking.
That's right.
Right. And so those are the things that we have to consider. And meanwhile, while you're trying to kind of like look at removing 200,000 people, and I think it's going to fail because Sean Duffy made a mistake and slipped, and now they're going to use his words against him at MATTS, right? At that point, that happens is going to change the industry, but you're still going to be replaced.
That's right. That's right. Well, JJ, I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I fell for it, brother. They're good at playing our heartstrings, aren't they? So now when the right hand is coming after me, whether it be social media or the government speaking, I'm always looking at the left hand that's in the pocket, right? What's going on with that left hand? I see your right hand, but what's really going on? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Let me add some additional comments to that because I hear I hear. Give me 1 second.
Thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the likes. Look at that. We're at 27,000. Thank you. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing, beautiful people and drivers. Just so everybody knows, we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and X, and we are at the Kimberly Clark Distribution Center in Ontario, California. We are about 2,700 miles away from JJ. JJ's on the other side of the country.
So let me address some of the comments. He said, "What country and values do you support?" Uh, the American value system. I'm American, just like you are. You have the ability to read road signs. I agree with that, Brian. I think all tests should be in English. Not a problem with that. Here's the thing. You have guys that understand how to read the road signs, but don't understand how to follow the law. That are a variety of colors. And so at that point, like, what does reading the road signs have to do with the people that do understand how to read road signs? Like, just Google Swift U-turns, and you'll see a bunch of U-turns from Swift. They obviously don't know how to read road signs. So what do you have to say about those guys? And what we have in this industry is we have attack on people instead of actually processes and learning how to be professionals in this industry. Iconic is a perfect example where he attacks people and was like, what do you value? I value friendships. I value people. I said people. I value business. I value capitalism. Now let's bring it back to capitalism. Why are you in support of like this whole broker transparency if you believe in capitalism? So what are my values? If we want to look at those values, I can destroy you when it comes to those values, right? I'm not trying to destroy you. What I'm trying to do is educate people on how to actually stop looking at color and start looking at the process of coming together, what Vince is trying to do, and make sure that everybody understands what's happening in the trucking. There's no more vital time than today to actually come together, and that's with your brown brother, your black brother, your white brother, your Asian brother. There's no more time that's important than today because we're going backwards. We're going backwards where we made all this progress, right? And now you're getting replaced by autonomy. And so, yeah, I'm going to educate you. And here's the thing: I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with you not liking something. Okay, so don't get me wrong. You can not like something, and you can disagree on stuff, right? But if you're going to disagree, come with stats. Come with stats, and make sure that we're taking care of each other and we're working together. Brian, I agree. Remove all the people that don't know English. Remove all those people. 100%. I don't think they and so everybody understands. I don't like illegals, right? And I'm Mexican, And so I like people to do things lawfully, but if you're doing things lawfully, also respect that, which the DACA guys are doing things lawfully. So everybody should be behind that. Everybody's like, don't break the law. Well, let's talk about law. Why did Sean Duffy move $700,000 to his nephew's campaign, right? And so we look at all this shit that's happening. It's okay for a rich white guy to do it, but as soon as somebody that doesn't look like them, there's a problem. But nobody says anything. Nobody says anything. Brokers can charge what they want. Transparent should get. No, transparency doesn't matter, bro. It's a business. It's capitalism.
Know, but does he also know that brokers will take a Kimberly Clark load? That broker will broker it for $4,000, turn around, sell it for $6,000, keep that fucking keep the $2,000 that they profited, and fucking it keeps going. And so
I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Let me ask you this question. You have a phone, right? You have a phone that you're on?
Yeah.
Okay. You can make the same call to that shipper that the broker made. The broker just sold you. And so learn how to sell. And so like until you actually
staging equipment, so I'm always on tour with a band.
and you got an awesome job, so you don't have to worry about that shit. But like just think of that. Just think of what we're talking about. We're talking about people that.
So the brokers are the problem too, because the brokers are doing the same shit. That
No, I hate to you. I hate associations. But like, so let me give you, and I'm not disagreeing with you where people need to make their money. Okay, I'm not disagreeing with that. But I'm saying you have the same opportunity, and it's funny how like the guy that's an athlete, right? The guy that's a super athlete, they always want to hold them back. They always find something to hold them back. The guys that's a superstar salesperson or superstar operations, everybody's always like, why him? Why her? Why this? Right? Just like you're in a position where you got these loads for rock bands, right? Not everybody could do that. Not everybody's selected, but like people probably look at them like, why her? Why got better experience? Everybody's like, why? Instead of putting themselves in positions to actually put themselves.
Oh, we lost you, JJ.
To get themselves into that position to go work for that said company and do what somebody like me does. I work for a small company that has like 40, 50 trucks.
Wow.
So like
that's how you do it. Find somebody that's going to actually pay you.
I was
Yes.
a stagehand for 15 years. So 15 years as a stagehand working, union, non-union, whatever, and then working my way up. I mean, really?
Right.
And he dropped out.
Oh, JJ's gone. Yeah, I just think, things like this are going to be happening more and more and more. I've been talking about this for 6 months. You can build whatever bunker you want. You can go to any country. You can't hide. If you how much greed do you need before you're going to share it with your employees? This guy, he was desperate. Like, I get it. I totally get it. This is going to start happening more and more and more. Guarantee it.
It's going to start happening. No matter what you do, it's going to start happening.
Yep. I don't agree with this, and I don't want this to happen. I'm not advocating for this, but I totally understand this guy. Did you watch his video or no?
No.
Oh, it went viral before he went to jail, So he was inside. He's a forklift operator. He's like 21, early 20s somewhere. And he has a lighter and he's just like, all right, fuck it. You guys don't want to pay me a living wage? He's like, at least I can afford this cheap lighter. And he just starts going pallet to pallet to pallet and just starts lighting everything on fire.
That's a bunch of shit is what that is.
Yep.
I mean,
yep.
So ICE was just it where I'm at in picking up the merchandise for Brandon Lake because that's who I'm out on tour with.
Okay.
ICE just came and picked up a single mother from her job.
Oh, wow.
A single mother to 3 kids, like working. Her kids were born here. Working. So now you just fucked up a woman that has been here. So what? Because her green card expired, like you wanna, you know what I mean? Like she was here legally, and now she's done for.
Wow. It's terrible. I tell you, we've lost our moral compass for sure.
It's gone to shit.
Yep.
It's gone complete to shit. I mean, the company that I was at prior to this, I was making 60 cents a mile. Do you realize that 20 years ago it was at what? 25 cents a mile.
Wow.
So you ain't gone up, but 40 cents, 35
right.
cents in the last 20 years. 35 cents is all it's gone up.
Yep.
Drivers
Yep.
aren't getting paid what they're worth.
Well, the funny part is we just keep taking it. I don't know how we all just don't go to work. I mean, striking is not the answer, but or what if we all rolled 1,000 hours or 1,000 miles a week or something? You know what I mean? Until things would go up within 2 days, everything would go up. I guarantee it. And the money's there. I mean, this toilet paper, they've gone up what 40% in the last 3 years. Where's all that money going?
Insane.
It's not going to us.
Down the tube.
Yeah.
Into politicians' pockets.
Yep.
Like the governor of fucking California.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do, but this is going to continuously happen. This is going to keep happening over and over and over again,
And it's not going to stop until, people do something about it. And ain't nobody doing nothing about it. They're all letting it happen.
Yep. Yep.
So it's going to be a constant problem until you fix it. And
That's
ain't
right.
nobody fixing it. They're just making it worse.
Right. Right. So you haven't seen the video yet? You got to, after here, you got to go check out the video of him inside lighting everything up.
It's on YouTube,
It's
right?
it's everywhere. Yeah. It went viral. It's everywhere.
Kimberly Clark.
Chris, I'm trying to bring you up, brother. I don't know what happened
Yes,
there.
fire. Got it.
Sean, I gave you an invitation too. Oh, are you watching it now? Thank you for the follow, Brian.
Just fucking looking at the news articles that popped up. I mean, think of the impact now. So those that are bitching about the price of, like a $3 freaking roll of toilet paper, think of what it's gonna do now.
And yep. And there's
It's gonna be 6 to 10.
everybody in the it's funny to me how like when I'm on my lives, friends are watching the live and then they call me. Like, come on, guys, why are you calling me while we're on the live? Come on. Yeah, yeah, it's just gonna keep going up. My wife told me the other day, she's like, "Oh, our insurance went up again, $30." It just went up like 2 or 3 months ago. Now it's up again. I don't know where we're going with all of this. Straight to the bottom. This is where greed gets us. This is where greed gets
Rent
us.
is gonna go up because your landlords are gonna up their price in rent so that way they can afford what they want, but yet your employers ain't upping the pay because they're keeping that money for themselves.
Right. Right. Yeah. It's absolutely wild. Oh, we got more.
What happened, JJ?
Yeah, he's like in and out. JJ, where'd you go?
And somebody bitching about JJ being here and not being at work. Listen, who says he ain't freaking at home doing home time with family? Who says he ain't in the background waiting on brokers to call? Or,
Well, and the funny part to me,
loaded.
the funny part to me is JJ spends, 30, 40, 50 hours a week trying to help people in his country, trying to advocate for people. And then people just, well, what are you doing? Well, I'm out here reporting. JJ's in Florida reporting. We are trying to wake everybody up and get people to join the movement of humanity, of patriotism. What's that?
I'm working. Here's the thing. I had a break, right? So
Yeah.
I had a break, and I saw that you were live. I had a break, but I have some meetings here. But I wanted to say hi. I want to support my friend on the live because I believe that he's doing some good advocacy for trucking. I believe people need to do more. Even if it's just coming in to support, like even if it's like by advocating for people, you don't even have to be in front of a screen. You could just come in and say hi, give a couple likes, give a couple shares.
That's right.
Follow people. I'm actually going to follow this gal here.
Yep, I did too.
See some free concerts. I like music, right? And I like bands too. But like people,
Florida, are you in north or south?
Ain City. I just told you the secret.
Oh boy.
Pensacola is like 6 hours, so I'm south of Orlando.
Well, if you were near Pensacola, Brandon Lake is coming to Pensacola, and I would offer to get you free tickets because I can.
I don't like when people tell me free because then I have to show up.
Well, go show up.
See, See that this is.
Want to go see him? I can get you free tickets.
This is what I'm talking about advocating and meeting people. Look, she just offered to help, right? And that's one of those things that's great. Thank you for the offer. And so, like, I don't know when you're gonna be there, but like, I have two kids. I can't just leave the wife because I got babies. So I appreciate the offer. But if you're ever in the Haines City, Orlando area, definitely get coffee or buy you a nice dinner. And I always offer that to everybody. Anybody that's in Florida, right? Even if I disagree with you, there's people that I disagree here with, but like we actually have conversations, and I actually text them on a regular basis because I think it's healthy to have these disagreements. It's okay, but I always say, hey, if you're in this area, I'll buy dinner.
How do you
People might not think I'm working, but I am.
how do you think our Constitution was formed? How do you think our Declaration of Independence was formed? 400 men sitting there arguing, debating. What are we gonna do? You know? That's right.
So what happened with this Kimberly Clark today?
So this is the Kimberly Clark Distribution Center. They house toilet paper, 1.2 million square feet inside, and the forklift driver, a kid in his 20s, forklift driver, said he's not getting a living wage. He's sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. It's a viral video all over social media. He took a lighter, he looks down with his camera, and he says, well, at least I can afford this cheap lighter. And he starts going pallet to pallet to pallet and setting each pallet on fire. He'll go like 3 pallets over, set that one on fire. Go 3 rows over, set that pallet on fire. Creating just a shit show. I mean, look at Mira.
They're saying it's a 6-alarm fire is what it was.
People are crazy, man. And
Well,
that's the thing that
desperate.
That's the thing that I tell people never to do.
Of course not.
Tell people,
Yeah,
no, like, hey,
of course not.
dude, like,
His life.
mental health is an issue.
Right.
Here's the big thing, you know. I told somebody the other day, and I think I talked to Vince like about it, and Sean, and I tell a lot of people, trucking the penal system and schools are alike, and it's like trucking. They put you in a box. They tell you when to drive. They tell you when to eat. They give you shitty ass food options, right? And they want you to work for free.
Yeah.
That's basically being in prison, bro. They put you in a box, bro. They put you in a hot box.
Yep.
And then they think they're like, why are you complaining? I complain too for this situations. I think you have better facilities. I think you should have better food. I think sounds crazy, and this is where like if you listen to Dave McCallum, right? I don't believe in the $5 mile, but I do believe drivers should earn $1 a mile. I do believe that. And why? Because if you look at inflation and where everything's at, that's where they should be doing, and they do a lot for they do a lot for me. Every time I go to the kitchen, right, grab some food, my protein shakes, the weights, everything, they deliver everything. People don't have the decency to respect them. They used to be glorified. Truckers used to be like, hey, I want to be a truck. Like it'd be great to go be a truck driver. Now they treat you worse than dogs.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Better treatment, right? And it's just like, dude, we're human beings. Like, and I don't even drive, but like I see it. My uncle has a company. So you guys that don't think that I understand trucking, I've been in trucking since 2008. But before that, my family actually has a trucking company. It's in our blood. And so it's one of those things where I tell people, my uncle used to used to be dressed nice, jeans tucked in, right, polo, right, and he has his own little polos that he still has them. He still
right.
does it, right, and so like he's still proud that he has 50 trucks. He's still proud of it, but like now the people don't look at trucking like that, like it's all that. Trucking is all that, and trucking can be fun and it could be awesome, and we could treat truckers a lot better, but we don't.
No, they look at us as a dollar sign. They
100%.
get in front of us and they want to slam on their brakes. Oh, they have to carry this $1 million fucking policy. Whoop! We're gonna do this and fucking make some money off of them, or you know.
So butterfly.
The light, and we can't get stopped in time because either we're fully loaded or we're not. And the light goes green, yellow, red, and we're in that point of no return, and we're blaring our horns, and somebody's still gonna fucking run that, you know, and say, "Oh, well, hey, we're gonna get a paycheck out of this."
right?
That's all we are now is a fucking paycheck.
Good.
Anik, I'm interested in what you have here.
Well, let's hear it real.
So this is called, it's the Commercial Transportation Protection Act, and this was filed in direct response to the things that McGowan and them have been doing, all the calls that they've been making into congressional offices and legislators' offices. If you want, I can read the whole thing.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, if you would, please.
So the first is a congressional issue memo, and its subject is escalating disruptive conduct in segments of trucking advocacy. Audience is congressional offices and committee staff, and the purpose is to draw a line between lawful advocacy and coercive conduct tied to regulated trucking operations. Now, the body says a small but visible segment of trucking advocacy has moved beyond ordinary policy disagreement and into conduct that weakens serious industry representation. The issue is not criticism of regulation, rates, enforcement, competition, or market conditions. The issue is a pattern of inflammatory, false emergency rhetoric, calls for the return of defunct federal economic control models, unsupported accusations against other industries and companies, and public intimidation tactics that substitute spectacle for credible policy engagement. Congress abolished the Interstate Commerce Commission in 1995 through the ICC Termination Act. Calls to bring back the ICC are not a modern policy framework on their face. They are demands to restore a federal regime Congress deliberately dismantled. Based on the documented record available to this office, some advocates have publicly claimed that trucking is being starved, declared a national emergency, and directed accusatory rhetoric at companies, industries, and public officials without a credible evidentiary basis. In some instances, that rhetoric has been delivered through staged confrontation, including amplified demonstrations outside the White House. These incidents should be treated as warning signs of escalation, not as serious substitutes for transportation policy. This matters because the transportation systems sector is designated critical infrastructure. Transportation disruption does not stay contained within one protest, one dispute, or one advocacy campaign. It affects supply continuity, economic stability, and public safety. FMCSA's role is not to police ordinary speech. FMCSA's mission is safety oversight of commercial motor vehicles with a focus on reducing crashes, injuries, and fatalities involving large trucks and buses. But Congress can decide whether federal operating authority, FMCSA recognition, advisory participation, or federal assistance should remain available to entities that use threats, coordinated criminal harassment, sabotage, or criminal interference tied to trucking operations. The statutory registration framework for motor carriers, brokers, and freight forwarders already sits in Chapter 139 of Title 49. The line should be simple. Lawful advocacy, protest, criticism, and policy reform efforts remain protected. Documented threats, violent intimidation, sabotage, coordinated criminal harassment, and criminal interference with lawful trucking operations do not. Congress should protect advocacy while making clear that Federal Transportation Authority is not a shield for coercive conduct. The recommended legislative principle, this is the new section, tie consequences to documented conduct, not viewpoint, do not penalize defamation as such, penalize true threats, incitement, sabotage, coordinated criminal harassment, and criminal interference connected to regulated trucking activity. And then they have exhibits. Exhibit 1 was a quote calling for the return of the ICC or equivalent defunct regime. Exhibit 2 was quote claiming the industry is being starved, quote unquote, or in a quote unquote national emergency. Exhibit 3 was a quote made, quote making unsupported accusations against another industry or company. Exhibit 4, they have a video and transcript of White House bullhorn incident. Exhibit 5 was any quote or clip supporting intimidation, retaliation, disruption, or sabotage. The bill draft is to amend Title 49 United States Code to authorize denial, suspension, revocation, or conditioning of certain transportation registrations and Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration recognition or assistance where a regulated entity engages in threats, intimidation, sabotage, coordinated criminal harassment, or criminal interference with trucking operations and for other purposes. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, this act may be cited as the Commercial Transportation Protection Act, and the findings are as follows. Interstate trucking, freight brokerage, and freight forwarding are essential to the movement of goods in the U.S. Transportation system sector is designated as critical infrastructure because disruption of transportation systems can have debilitating effects on security, the economy, public health, and public safety. Congress abolished the ICC, ending that federal economic regulation structure. A small subset of self-described trucking advocates have used inflammatory false emergency rhetoric, calls for the return of abolished transportation control regimes, unsupported accusations against competitors in related industry, and public intimidation tactics in ways that can escalate into threats, sabotage, criminal harassment, or criminal interference with lawful trucking operations. Congress has authority to protect interstate transportation operations by conditioning federal registration, recognition, and assistance on lawful conduct while preserving constitutionally protected speech, association, petitioning, and peaceful protest. The section 13905 of Title 49 United States Code is amended by adding at the end the following. Subsection H, it's a new subsection. Denial, suspension, revocation, or conditioning based on threats, sabotage, criminal interference. In general, the secretary, meaning Sean Duffy, may deny, suspend, revoke, or impose conditions on the registration of a motor carrier, broker, or freight forwarder if the secretary determines after notice and opportunity for hearing under subsection I that the applicant, registrant, or any controlling individual knowingly engaged in, directed, materially supported, or ratified covered conduct described in paragraph 2, which is all the criminal accusations and harassment in connection with the commercial motor vehicle transportation or related transportation services in interstate or foreign commerce. Covered conduct. Covered conduct under this subsection is limited to the following: a true threat of unlawful violence against a motor carrier, broker, freight forwarder, driver, contractor, employee, shipper, receiver, public official, or transportation facility. Incitement of imminent lawless action directed to any person or entity described in subparagraph A. Sabotage, attempted sabotage, or conspiracy to sabotage commercial motor vehicles, freight operations, transportation facilities, dispatch systems, communications systems, or digital systems materially used in interstate or foreign commerce. Coordinated criminal harassment or violent intimidation intended to coerce, retaliate against, or materially disrupt lawful trucking operations, compliance activity, competition, or participation in government proceedings. Criminal interference with interstate commercial motor vehicle transportation, including intentional obstruction, disabling, or disruption of lawful transportation operations through force, threat of force, trespass, vandalism, cyber intrusion, or other criminal means. Knowingly providing substantial assistance, funding, direction, or logistical support for conduct described in paragraphs A through E. Constitutionally protected speech, associations, advocacy or petitioning activity, peaceful protest, peaceful picketing, or lawful labor activity not involving conduct described in paragraph 2, or allegedly defamatory, slanderous, libelous, insulting, false, or offensive speech standing alone and unaccompanied by conduct described in paragraph 2. Controlling individual. The term controlling individual means an owner, officer, director, managing member, partner, or other person in power, directly or indirectly, to direct the management or operations of the applicant or registrant. Those are the people that are going to determine the validity, credibility, and evidence of the threats or conduct. Number 5, evidentiary basis. The secretary may act under this subsection based on criminal conviction, a final civil judgment containing findings of covered conduct, a final administrative finding made on the record after notice and opportunity for hearing, or in the case of an imminent threat to public safety or an imminent risk of substantial disruption of transportation operations, credible evidence sufficient to support an emergency suspension under paragraph 6. Number 6, emergency suspension. If the secretary finds that covered conduct presents an imminent threat to public safety or creates an imminent risk of substantial disruption to interstate or foreign commercial motor vehicle transportation, the secretary may order the imminent suspension in whole or in part of the registration of the affected entity pending expedited proceedings. And the sanctions. Here are the sanctions. Deny any application for registration, suspend or revoke any existing registration, impose conditions on registration, including compliance monitoring, reporting, ownership restrictions, or removal of responsible individuals, or D, prohibit any person whose registration is revoked under this subsection from obtaining new registration through common ownership, common management, common control, or a successor entity until the secretary determines that the basis for the action has been fully remedied. The rule of construction, nothing in this subsection shall be construed to create a private cause of action or defamation, to authorize punishment of protected expression, or to alter the elements of any federal or state criminal offense. And the procedures fall under section 13905 of Title 49 United States Code is amended by adding at the end the following: the procedures, which we discussed, and then section 5 is FMCSA recognition, participation, and assistance under chapter 311, Title 49 U.S. Code is amended by adding the end at the end the following new section, which is the restriction on recognition, participation, and assistance described in the restrictions above. So there were several Congress people, several politicians that have received phone calls, correspondences, and appearances by people underneath the umbrella of what McGowan is doing, and they felt threatened. They felt harassed. They thought that it was counterproductive because they were going about it in a very threatening way and almost like a bullish way. And they recognized that in even a slight amount of escalation could result in violence, riots, or somebody being harmed. They're basically describing a terrorist organization based upon the behaviors and actions of the people that have shown up to Washington with bullhorns in offices, calling on the phones. And this is basically, if there's a way to call it anything, it's a restraining order.
So has this been passed, or this is, what is this? A bill being
So this is a bill
being introduced to Congress?
Is a proposal for this new rule to be added to Title 49 through the U.S. Code and adopted into the FMCSA with congressional approval, which is what is required for any kind of rule change or regulation update or amendment.
I see. Well, so first off, no trucking advocate can control how people feel. We all feel how we feel, right? We can't control that. Second of all, it sounds like a really silly secondary way of enforcing the laws that already exist, like violence, threats. I don't know any advocates that have actually threatened anybody or committed violence. We're simply trying to have a better life.
My source for this.
Of course not.
Because,
I understand.
They've been threatened before.
Yeah.
But this person has, the opinion is that these self-appointed resident experts keep lying about people and twisting stories. And now they're posting videos trashing companies like they're hosting some kind of low-budget investigative journalism show. And meanwhile, they're manufacturing emergencies and screaming about the ICC like it's 1974 and acting like intimidation is a policy strategy. These are direct quotes from Congress people. These are direct claims that Congress people have made based upon the actions and the phone calls that they've been receiving from people saying that they are from the organization. This isn't an effort to control people's feelings. This is an effort to assuage the response and the actions that people take as a result of those feelings.
I understand. They love trucking the way it is because they're lining their pockets with millions of dollars. I completely understand, but we are not going to stop advocating for the American truck driver. It's not going to happen until a lot of that money comes right back in our pocket where it belongs. We've earned it, okay? I'm sorry. I know a lot of people want to stay safe at home and make a lot of money off truck drivers' back, but those days are over. We are all uniting and we are all going to get what we've earned, not what we deserve, not what we want. It is ridiculous what we are getting paid. Most of us are all living paycheck to paycheck. $80,000 a year? Come on.
You feel the same way after the last month and a half because a lot of the rates that are in the AFTRA, a lot of the rates that are written down in there, people are getting right now. Like I am paying $5 a mile.
Some are, you're right. You're right, but most are not. The spot market is a joke. The spot market is a joke. And it's everything. Go ahead.
Hi, Orlando.
Hey, what's up? Anika, I understand what you're saying about the month and a half you guys been paying. We've been suffering for the past 4 years.
This is typical, Orlando. If you look back to the early 2000s, this is when it starts. Whenever there is a huge rate spike, I have the analytics on this. Whenever there's a huge rate spike, the dip that comes right after is in direct correlation to the spike that came right before it. So the faster, the higher, and the longer the spike lasts, that's how much longer and lower and deeper the dip comes immediately after. The last one we had was COVID. The rates from COVID lasted from mid 2020 to the very end of 2021, and they went up 54%. Right now, if you really want to pay attention to what is projected ahead, and if you want to base it off of the pattern of the past, COVID rates rose 54% in that time. And the last 3.5 years have been a dip based upon that. So now we see rates rising since the end of November up 17%, and they're still climbing. And we're projected that it's not going to get as high as it did at COVID. It's probably going to get to 48%, but the rates are going to come back down sometime around 2027. And
all right. But even say, for instance, the rate comes back down. But what I'm noticing with these brokers, they talk about supply and demand back then for the past 3 years. But now when the market flipped, they were like, oh, why are you guys charging so much? It's supply and demand. Why don't you stick to your words?
Not all brokers. I saw this coming.
Yannick, I'm telling you, a lot of brokers line their pockets. I have proof. I sent you a proof a couple years ago one time.
Not all, but a lot. Not all, but a lot.
And I sent you proof. I have another proof again right now that brokers are making the money, but they just
we're not going to make the money, Orlando, because we make a percentage off of the rate on top of the rate. So if you're quoting me $2,000, I'm taking that rate and I'm adding my margin on top of that.
All right.
So I'm going to push a higher rate because there's 15% of 2,500 is more than
You know what?
15% of 2,000.
You know what? Brokers are not doing their job well. They're not. No offense. I'm not talking about you personally, but most brokers, they're either A, lining their pockets, or B, they're not doing a very good job at getting enough from the shipper for our actual operating costs. You even said it the other day in a live. You said your operating costs don't matter. Even if you know your numbers to a T, you know by the cent. That doesn't matter. I can't come to you, right, Anik, and say, you know what, Anik, I need this amount. I need $4,000 to even break even.
To me and tell me that, what makes you think that I can go to a shipper and tell them that and twist their arm?
Well, because the shipper's giving you that. The shipper is giving you that, and they're.
down like every
Yeah.
other business. You pass it down.
And
to
where
That's
do
right.
they pass it down to? They pass it down
people.
to consumers and then
Yes.
inflation, and that
Because-
affects us twice.
All right, Yanni.
Now, Arthur says right here, we want a rule change and a $5 minimum floor. My question is, what about the people who are making $7 per mile because they're specialized equipment? What about the
Yeah.
people who are
That's
already
like
making
1% of the
$5
industry. Wait a minute.
minimum?
That's 1% of
now-
the industry. We don't need to talk about specialized. That's such a small percentage.
Yanni,
Yeah.
one second.
But wait one second.
second,
What
one
about,
second.
why would anybody pay more than the $5 per mile?
All right. Yannick, 1 second. Just give me one quick second. All right. You said I told you to pass it down to consumer, even down to the federal government. The USPS Postal Service just now increased everything because of fuel costs. The federal government, even they're doing it. So why should we as a small business eat all of that just to make the broker happy, the shipper happy, and consumer happy, and our family going down?
Because
You
it's
ready to see?
nothing.
Wait a
Because
second.
if
You
they're
ready
not
to
gonna
see
pay
him
it,
go
they're not
off?
gonna pay it.
You ready to see him go off for a second?
Sure.
Tariffs. Tell me when we have not had a tariff in the last 100 years. Tell me when we have not had a tariff. Because
We
at
had
one
tariffs.
point,
We had tariffs during the Boston Tea Party. That's why we had the Boston Tea Party.
thank you. So in the fact that we have had tariffs for over 100 fucking years, just because Canada did what they did, so the United States did what they did, China did what they did, so the tariffs went up a percentage. Where in any of that did we not have tariffs prior to?
We've always had tariffs.
going up?
It's the rate of the tariffs and
Right.
and the volatility of the tariffs, because it's not even about the tariffs went up. It's the speculation. The oil prices. We didn't even get hit with higher barrel prices before those fuel prices went up, because it's speculation. Everything is speculation. So if people are sitting there afraid that they're going to get 110% tariffs, then they're going to start charging more. Those rates are going to start going up. They're going to start shipping way, way more in order to avoid those tariffs. And that causes market volatility.
And that's what
So-
happened in 2018.
That's what's happened since 2000.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
no,
say.
but what I'm saying, but what I'm saying, with the consumer and everything, they bought up so much in you remember that spike in 2018 when freight price was $4, $5, $6?
Orlando, there's been spikes and dips consistently every few years since the early 2000s, since we started analyzing it. I've been doing this since.
You're watching them spikes and dips. They've got you looking at shit like Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky.
This is true.
And Ellen DeGeneres. I'm
This is true.
gay. The media has got you so
Program.
focused on fucking the bullshit
Program.
that's happening that you don't see the tariffs going up. You don't see the other shit happening. So they focus, like with Trump, they're so focused on the list that he's on and the da 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 and this and that and this and that you don't see that there's a possible, not World War III, but we'll call it World War III. You know what I mean? You don't see that happening because they've got you programmed and so focused on everything but
It's
really
perfect
happening.
design, paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. It's a perfect design. But you know
You
what?
guys don't get paychecks. You guys are business owners. You set your rates.
There's always something against the truck driver, isn't there? Always. It doesn't matter what I say, what words come out of my mouth. It's always going to be, it's the truck driver's fault, even though we're the ones out here earning it. And you know I'm right. We're the ones
Every
that
car
are
accident that
sacrificing.
involves a semi, guess whose fault it is? It's the
Well,
truck driver's fault.
we-
It's another car's fault.
fault.
Anik, you're not in any danger in your home. Like, we are very appreciative. What you do, I couldn't do that. I couldn't. Nor do I want to. I want to pay you a service. I just don't want to not be able to fix my. Let me finish, okay? I let you
don't
talk.
pay me, though. A shipper pays me.
Yeah, he was just talking. I don't think he
Okay.
meant it that way.
Right.
Listen, no, I didn't at all. Okay. Again, please don't interrupt. Let me finish and I will let you finish, okay? We are out here sacrificing our lives, Anik. Us, not you. You're not sacrificing your life by sitting behind a desk and punching keys and going and talking with customers and getting the customers for us to haul their freight. But we are out here not even able to make the repairs on our truck. And while we're not able to make the repairs on our truck, our families want us at home. We're dealing with possibly being unalived by a tornado, by an ice storm, by Donner Pass Summit or 4th of July or Cabbage Patch. We're dealing with humid weather in the South. We are dealing with everything. Everybody is regulating us. Not everybody is regulating you. So I understand that you're not able to see. Sorry, I muted you for a second. I just unmuted you. Sorry, you're not able to see the anxiety and the cortisol levels of truck drivers, American truck drivers and carriers. I can't even negotiate tolls right now, Anik. Most brokers are ripping me off taking the toll money that I should be getting in the line haul. I'm not getting 100% of that. They're taking that. I know the shippers are paying it because I've been doing pretty much similar, the same lanes. And I'm not the same person I was 7 months ago, just so you know. I know 7 months ago when you first saw me, I was crazy against brokers. I'm understanding the business more. I'm learning more. I'm researching more. And I'm understanding we are a family. But the problem is there's one kid that is completely being left out. And it's the kid that is giving all but not receiving all.
So this is where boundaries come in, though. You guys have to look at yourselves as business owners, and you have to set your rates, and you say no. That's what you can do. You can say no. You have to.
You are 1,000% right. You're
Enough of you saying no. Okay, you muted.
You're right.
You muted me, so let me finish. You guys have to set your boundaries, set your rates, and that's how you set a market. Is you create a precedent and you create a standard. If it's a matter of tolls, then name your rate with those tolls included and don't accept any less. And as far as you guys being out there risking your lives and all of that, please believe me that I absolutely respect what you do. I absolutely respect that this is a symbiotic relationship between brokers and drivers, and that's why you need to find the brokers that respect you, find the brokers that do these kinds of analytics over course of time so that they can educate you on what is ahead as well as their shippers, and you can rate yourselves accordingly. Get these relationships, and you're not going to like what I have to say right now, but I'm going to say it. You are not connected to truck driving. You can quit. You put a truck driver.
Bring it on,
Put a truck driver on the application.
Bring it on, Annie.
So does that mean no?
I'm assuming that you are a broker, right?
Oh, hold on, David. One at a time. One at a time. All right. Go ahead, C. Mary.
No, I'm just saying, this is the first time that I, going up on this, forum, and I'm listening to you, Nick, and I'm, listening like, clear. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I mean, you can have all the wording and all your analytics and everything. At the end of the day, you are right. We are the ones who take the last decision, You are absolutely right.
She is. Yeah, she is.
And you can use all your analytics, but at the end of the day, you need us. You need us, to transport whatever loads you have, whatever shipper you have. You need us. So
nobody's disputing that.
We work as a team.
Nobody's disputing that. I already said that.
No. You are saying that we were not going to like whatever you were going to say, and you're absolutely right. We're tired of you brokers trying to take advantage of us and see us as, oh my God, you have no options. Yes, we do have options. You know why? Because brokers like you, we don't need.
See, Mary, actually, she's one of the good ones, actually.
In this industry for 25 years, a broker is not going to last in this industry for 25 years if they're not doing something right.
I am glad that you've been in the industry for this long, and
Yanni, 1 second.
I'm so sorry, but this is not the way that you're supposed to be treating the driver.
1 second.
Anyway, you don't know how I treat drivers because you've never pulled a load for me.
Yanni.
All right, guys, come on. One at a time.
Guys, 1 second. Guys, Yanni.
Can we let Dave talk?
Yeah, Dave's got to go. Everybody, let Dave talk.
Give me 1 second.
I'm a little overstimmed here, and I have to.
I got
Don't leave, Anik. Come on. Please don't leave.
Yeah, I have to cover my.
Listen to the drivers.
See you later.
Stay and listen.
No, okay. Everybody stop. Stop. See, Mary?
I am so
Okay, listen up, guys. First of all, Anik, to me, seems like a pretty decent broker. Not all brokers are bad. I know we're frustrated, but we cannot take it out on the brokers, especially her. I think she's pretty decent. She does a lot of advocating for truck drivers. McCone, the floor is yours.
All I heard was a bunch of shitty broker talk that was all lies. The rule is 371.3. We all know it. If you don't, go look it up. We all have the right to review the rate. It's put in place so everybody can make sure that the broker's not taking too much money or that somebody's being crooked or that there's double brokering. It was never intended for there to be illegal contracts and waivers and back solicitation clauses. And if you guys go to my videos today that I just posted, I posted the document that reviews all that stuff and talks about exactly what brokers' jobs are, what their role is, and it specifically says if a broker doesn't give enough value to the carrier or the shipper has the absolute right to go around them and go direct.
Right.
There's nothing that says anything about being able to back solicit or keep your customers or anything. It's all intended to be competitive and transparent, so there's actually negotiation. Negotiation is when everybody has the right to review the rate and have a negotiation. It's not a take it or leave it situation.
And it's not that way anymore. We all fight over the scraps. They have it locked down. I don't believe all brokers are like that, but I think most.
Well,
I think
90%
most.
of them are. 90%
Yeah.
of them are.
Yeah.
So we got to quit pandering to all that they're bluffing. The law is on our side. The rules are on our side. They're just hoping we don't look it up. Well, guess what? We're looking it up. We're doing the research. We're going to task, and we're going to get change. We're going to get transparency.
We are.
So with you.
You're damn right.
Trying to fix the industry, but little bills. Do what you want to do, but we're not going away. We're not going to stop.
That's what I was thinking, David.
You can't silence us. You can't
Yeah.
silence a truck driver at all. You know.
Yeah. I know we're
The biggest ones.
I know we're a little intimidating. I know we're a little intimidating, but you own your feelings. We don't make you feel scared. You feel scared because you're weak and because you're doing the wrong thing and you're ripping us off.
You know, that the team were calling Congress and complaining, and Congress felt threatened and harassed and stuff like that.
Yeah, David, go back on the video and read the petition. There's a bill supposedly where we can't, threaten or intimidate. It's basically just the law. It's like a double side of the law. No, we don't.
We don't care about how
Do they care about how we
The
feel?
rule is the rule.
Do they care truck drivers are unaliving themselves because they can't make ends meet?
All that matters is that everybody has the right to review the rate.
What about this guy?
To keep it competitive.
What about this guy that set this place on fire? Do you think he cared? You backed him into a corner because he couldn't make ends meet. You didn't want to pay him a living wage. And this is the end result. David, have I not been saying this is going to happen for 7 months? Have we not been talking about this?
That guy was out of line doing that.
Of course he was. But it's human nature when you're,
I'm just hopping in on the back end of this, guys. I just heard see, the thing is, they don't want everybody to be mad at them because they've been taking so much. And I've submitted to Larry Minor a amnesty for anybody that wants to get on board, because we got a lot of carriers that are crooked that have been taken from their drivers for way too long. And we want to give these guys a way out to support fixing the industry and moving forward and giving them a way to do that, because a lot of these guys are going to fight tooth and nail because they're afraid their friends that's been working for them for the duration are going to find out, oh crap, I've been ripped
Yeah.
off.
I want to make something really clear on this live.
They're saying that you can't hear you in the comments. They said they can't hear you.
Oh, how about now? Can you guys hear me now or no?
just a lot of background noise.
I think it's one of you. It's one of you.
Hey, guys, sorry about that. I'm going to hop off here. I got to unload in like 2 minutes. But
All right, David boy.
Sorry for being so intense, but
So was I.
That's okay, brother.
Who's that talking? I need to follow you because I was liking what you're saying.
Yeah, everybody go follow each other. All right.
I got her followed up. I'm following her. We're good. Everybody follow her. Go to my bio, join the Telegram group. There's 700 of us in there. We got a huge platform. We got almost 12,000 signatures on the petition. We're not quitting. We got a lot of ideas. We're doing a lot.
We all have great ideas. We all have great ideas.
We got to start.
We have to
taking
unite.
action.
Yes, and listen up, Congress and Senate, I'm talking to you specifically. You are our representatives. You don't tell us what we can think, how we can feel, and what is going to come out of our mouth. I know you don't like it. I know you want to keep making hundreds of thousands of dollars off our back, but we are tired of it. We cannot support our families anymore, and we are uniting very quickly, and we are going to stop all of this legally, civilly, and peacefully. So stop feeling intimidated. Just do the right thing and give us what we've earned. You guys are in your fancy little suits and ties. You're not out here risking your life every day like we are. Our job is 7 times more dangerous than law enforcement.
Can I, guys, is it all right? Is that all right if I add one quick thing before I got to hop off here, guys?
Yeah.
Is that all right, Vince?
You go ahead. Go ahead.
USA.com, guys. We're going to do 1,000 carrier transparency requests. We need 1,000 carriers. We're working on getting them that are willing to be in solidarity and request transparency from their brokers on the same day. Okay. And what this is going to do, it's going to give us the proof that we need. We'll document everybody's standings, do the request, and then we'll see if there's 1,000 carriers show up on carrier 411 the next day. And we'll actually have the evidence we need to prove that, hey, we can't use 371.3 because we'll get blacklisted by masses. They won't. We can't use the rule like it's intended to be used.
We'll get something else passed.
More ground to stand on. What's that?
We'll get something else passed legally, civilly, peacefully.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All we need to do is do a rule change. That rule can be modified in a day.
Right.
And they can make an announcement and say, hey, we're just want transparency before you book. It eliminates fraud, double brokering, eliminates illegal contracts and waivers, eliminates 90% of problems we have in the trucking. It allows the carriers to actually be businessmen. And I guarantee that you don't have to be a genius to know you're not going to let a broker get away with 55% of your load.
That's right.
These guys see the rates these brokers are taking. They're not. It's common sense. Everybody knows 10%. Yeah, these guys are okay with it. I think it's too much. But everybody's okay with 10%. They're not okay with 50.
Yeah, I know.
And you can't say thanks Trump because it ain't Trump doing it.
It's
LLC.
MB.
You can find
No, somebody said thanks Trump.
band
Somebody
together.
said thanks Trump, and I said it's not Trump doing all this stupid shit.
No, it's our industry. It's designed to work this way. They have it's been sold out since 1980.
Vince, thank you so much for your time. I'm gonna have to sign. I am so sorry that I'm interrupting, but I
No, you're fine. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming in.
We're not giving up.
That was awesome.
We're not giving up.
Appreciate the support. I got to go too, Vince.
Later, Davey boy.
Appreciate you, brother. Keep it up, man.
Yeah, appreciate you too, brother. We're not going anywhere.
Vince,
Yo,
hey, you know what I wanted to ask Yannick? She said she's been doing it for 25 years. I was going to ask her, I was going to say, 25 years ago, truck drivers were making really good money. I was going to ask her that and see what was going to be her answer. If we, you know what I mean?
brother, she had a lot of courage coming up here, first of all. And from what I know of her, I've been watching her videos. I want to believe that she is a decent broker. I think that she is. But all brokers are stuck in this mind frame that they got the customer, so they deserve 50% of the load or 30% of the load. Like, in my opinion, nobody should be making more. No broker should make more than 10%. I even think that's really high. I mean, who is stuck with the load of the entire load from A to B or A to Z? Who is stuck with the load 99% of it? The carrier, right? The driver. We have all the responsibility and the risk. We're the one being regulated like crazy. We should be paid for that. But you know what they'll say? You know what they say? They'll say, oh, well, you chose that job. Okay, go tell that to a Marine coming back from war. Say, oh, you know what? I'm not going to thank you for your leg being off. Forget that. Like, come on.
You used to welcome home your troops. Years ago, you used to open arms, welcome troops home.
That's right.
Now what's happening to your troops? Your troops are having bananas and rotten fruit and fucking all kinds of stupid shit thrown at them for
Right.
defending their country and doing what their country has asked them to do.
That's right. That's right.
So where are you supporting them?
Yeah.
I see you down in the comments, but if you'd have listened to what Anik said about what they're trying to pass at the FMCSA level, to me, that's quieting any person that's trying to talk against making the industry better. So I would probably take a look at what they got going on passing, because you can't.
They're not going to pass it.
Truckers.
Yeah.
One, we're all free agents. Me and Vince, everybody on this panel that you see on here, are all free agents. So what we say is from our heart. That's what it's coming from. It's not coming from a group of people. It's just people gathering together saying, hey, you know what? This ain't right. This is wrong. Let's try to fix the industry. But if they're going to try to silence people, no, that I don't agree with it 100%. And then making false accusations of saying that people are standing out in Washington, D.C. with bullhorns and making terrorist threats. We got a problem. These are people that's in this industry that's not helping trucking. These are people that want to silence so they can make more money in their pocket.
See how weak they are? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, see how weak they are? You call that a terrorist threat, saying, Trump, American truck drivers need to talk to you. We are suffering. We can't support our families. We work 90-hour weeks. That's a terrorist threat? No, that's called the First Amendment. And the First Amendment isn't just for you.
Trying to brainwash us and think we're all stupid. Hey, they think truck drivers are real stupid.
They do.
I'm telling you.
They do.
That's why they play us like that. They really think
That's what truck drivers and boarding schools have in common, because there are boarding schools out there that brainwash people in the teen industry. Go watch the program. Go watch the documentary on Netflix called The Program. Hi, I'm a truck driver and also a survivor of those said boarding schools. So you want to fucking? They're two in the same.
Yeah. Well,
Another thing, a lot of these big companies like to tout, oh, we're veteran friendly, we hire veterans. What a lot of people don't talk about is these massive companies get tax credits for hiring these veterans. And they make these guys feel like heroes. And once they're done with them, once they get their tax credit money, you're
Get rid of you.
how about,
you were just a paycheck for them.
you know what I learned at MATTS 2026, the Mid-American Truck Show? I went last week. There's an organization called the Truckers Final Mile, the truckersfinalmile.org. Those guys literally get you home. If you pass away in your truck for whatever reason and the family cannot afford to get the driver home, they pay for it. Do you know why that organization even exists? Because mega carriers and some small carriers too will not pay for a driver to get home. They'll pay millions of dollars in advertisement, right? They'll pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for lobbyists to go to the American Trucking Association, to go to the government.